afternoon. It's very weird, actually, saying good afternoon, but welcome on in, everybody. I hope you're doing well, and welcome to the start of an all-new series. I hope everybody's doing very, very well. Finally, Formula 1 is back IRL, so we're gonna jump in, and we're gonna try and follow the rest of the IRL season and see if we can make George Russell world champion. We got Sam, we got Dart, we got Tasia. I hope you're all doing very, very well. I'm going to try and live stream this one on TikTok again, so we'll see if I break it very, very quickly. So, yeah, if you're watching on TikTok, come over to Twitch, drop us a follow over there. I've got to be careful, though, immediately, because I don't want to leak. I've been doing some other series this morning, so I want to make sure that I don't leak anything before we get into this. So, the goal will be to make George world champion, don't you worry. There we go. I think I've avoided what I needed to there. But yeah, so what I think is going to be the best way to do this is basically run a 10-race season inside career mode. I've got my own spreadsheet ready to go and everything like that. So, fingers crossed this runs fairly smoothly. I'm gonna be doing these on Fridays before like the IRL Grand Prix, so hopefully it's gonna be a bit of fun. What camera do I use? Sony A6100, I believe, if I remember correctly. Minimal effort, get podiums. That's the George way, exactly. You might not have to, Dart. I don't know yet. I don't know. So we want custom season, don't we? 10 races, so we basically want to get rid of everything before Zandvoort, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm hoping, obviously, Zandvoort is round 1, as long as I haven't failed my basic maths. There we go, 10 races, perfect! So this is like the only time I can actually start doing this, because obviously it's the shortest calendar effectively we can do inside the game. Super Tuesday, sorry, I should say. Thank you for the follow, buddy. Welcome on in. Predictions for the Dutch Grand Prix. I think I've said Lando, Oscar, Max, if I remember correctly, on the podcast. So, yeah, that's what I've gone with for this weekend. We don't want any assists. I want absolutely maximum AI. Yeah, they're all off, which is good. Maximum 110 AI. We want full qualifying, full race lengths as well. So we're going for like proper immersion. Approximate weather, because why do you need it on full? I guess there is like R&D and stuff towards the end of the season, so maybe Mercedes are on a bit of a push. And then obviously we want fault frequency and everything like that on. Rules and flags on. Corner cutting on strict. Because I need to get better at that. And then, you know what, we'll run formation lap on as well. For a bit of fun. Simulation, collisions on, everything like that. Everything looks good, I'm pretty certain. Hey, welcome on in, Fed. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Long time no see. You've got a new truck. Tell me more. I want to hear about it. See, it's always fascinating when I stream at like other random times during the day. Because obviously, it means that we get lots of different people in, which is always nice. Emiliano, welcome on in as well, buddy. I hope you're doing well. You said you released Season 3 of Aston Martin. So, Round 1 of the Aston Martin Driver Career Mode is going to be going live in 4 hours. That video is already ready to go. Oh, Fed's got himself a Ram! Again, we don't really have many trucks in the UK. The 1500 Rebel X is like the really big one, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken. Welcome. Everybody coming in from TikTok. I hope you're doing well. 420 horsepower, twin turbo, fully loaded, 15-inch media display to TV. So it's basically a house on wheels with 420 horsepower. Right, come on then. Where's Georgie boy? So there is George. He's 90 rated inside this game, so I think he's higher. No, he's the same as Hamilton to begin with. He's actually slightly higher rated than Hamilton, which is kind of mad. We have changed team for Season 3. I am starting from the Netherlands. Luckily, Eric, we can start this career mode from Zandvoort. But I think we're all good to go, chat. Because obviously we want to get into the racing, don't we? Mainly, that's going to be the big one. See, exactly. Instead of buying a house, I could have bought a big truck. I could have bought a Ram. This is the thing, though, like, with trucks, when you see people in the UK, you just know they're an absolute nightmare to kind of try and actually drive. Hey, Slurry Monster, over on TikTok, sorry. Thank you, buddy.
Yes, sir. No, sir. Here's 80 pages of neatest...
I forgot we've got to do all of this again, don't we? Because it's round 1.
Believe it or not, this is my excited face. Come on. Let me show you what...
Yeah, I imagine they're kind of just built for America, aren't they? I think Canada's got a bit more sophistication. Hey, welcome on in, Liam. Hope you're doing well, buddy. What was my lunch today? I had tuna sweet corn sandwich. It was very nice. You'll find out later on, Tasia. I think it's her eyes. I think her eyes are what makes her fairly creepy, to be honest. Oh, fair enough. So, as always, we're going to try and make sure that the team highly rate us. So we're going to aim for 94 rating. So I forgot to mention as well, chat, it's officially September on Twitch. So, although I'm not going to, like, push it drastically, I've got a few goals that I've set up. But I basically want to try and, obviously, depending on if this first stream is a success, I'm going to try and do a few more streams. I will most likely bottle it. Bottle Job 212 is always here. Tuna sweet corn is a great sandwich filling. Absolutely fantastic. It's one of my favourite ones as well, because it means I can normally make it and it will last about 3 days. So, I'll just double check the calendar's all set up correctly. There we go. That must be the weirdest looking F1 calendar I've ever seen. Like a Formula 1 season starting at Zandvoort. Is so weird. But, I mean, it just looks hilariously small as well, doesn't it? Because obviously we've got 3 sprints, don't we? Because we haven't got Belgium or anything like that. So, R&D, apparently we're ahead of Ferrari, so we should be able to get a couple more upgrades on as well. So, Aero, we're pretty competitive. Chassis, we're a little bit weaker. I assume engine, we're going to be pretty good. Engine, we're actually behind all the Ferrari-powered cars, which is a bit of a surprise. Durability, second best overall, tied with the other Mercedes engine, so that's all right. This first episode is probably going to require, obviously, a little bit of setup and things. We get a lot of R&D. Okay. Does that mean we can do another upgrade? Oh, Antonelli's already helping Sam. Wonderful. Look at this, getting loads of upgrades on. Oh, it's going to be so weird as well, because obviously we'll do the pre-season grid reveal, and then it's like a 5-month gap before we get in. Have to do a Logan Sargent career mode. That would be interesting. Hey, welcome in, Joshy. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Was F125 a big improvement over F124, or was it copy-paste? It's definitely better in a lot of ways. Like, my team's a lot better and everything like that. There's a few annoying glitches still, but overall, I would still say it's a better game than F124 by quite some margin. I would expect this stream not to finish till gone 4 PM, Dart. I'm hoping it should take roughly 2.5 hours, I reckon. Zandvoort's a bit of a long race. But, yeah, we're looking at about 2.5 hours. Co-ops is broken as always, but that's to be expected. F124 was a bit of a disaster. They ruined... The biggest thing with F124, wasn't it, was the way the DRS trains worked. They still can be a thing on F125, but not so much in career mode. In career mode last year, it was spend 98% of the Grand Prix behind the car in front of you, and then overtake them on the last lap. And that was all you could do. Every single race. Which was super annoying. We have access to a lot of R&D. Well, like, we might immediately get after the summer break and have the best car. Which I'd be very surprised by. More R&D, thank you. We won't be able to do anything with 200. So yeah, we're already basically tied with Mercedes and McLaren then. Look at this. So we've now got the season break from the 21st of March to the 19th of August. 5 months worth of summer break inside this game. Absolutely love it. Ethan, thank you for the follow, buddy. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. So we should have got all those upgrades on the car. We should as well get one more. I think can we do another upgrade? Let's have a look. We're getting a lot of them. Antonelli's actually carrying as well, doing quite a few. So we can do durability if push comes to shove, but I don't really want to. Yeah, that's the only one we can do. Account is dead. Thank you for the follow, buddy. Yeah, the AI can be a little bit inconsistent, which sometimes is quite fun, and other times is a bit frustrating. Exactly, Dart. Exactly. There we go then. So we're better than Red Bull already. So obviously the first goal is going to be try and get ahead of Max in the World Championship. Can you do a championship where you try and win the World Championship in a car with no R&D? That's going to be tough. Hey, thank you very much, Ethan. I appreciate it, buddy. And Charlie, welcome on in. Oh, I need to fix the YouTube playlist. It annoys me now that they default to running backwards rather than chronological. So the only thing we can do this weekend is try and complete a race weekend, which is quite funny. Right, is it going to rain, chat? I cannot script the rain to be like IRL, so we might be in for quite a different weekend. Yeah, I'll need to fix that, Josh, on my end, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, the YouTube playlists frustrate me, because you've got to change it for every single one, every single time. And I don't know why. Like, why do you want to watch someone's playlist of videos backwards by default? It's so annoying. Hey, good luck, Chris. It's dry! Fantastic news. So, 72 laps ahead of us, though. We've got a lot of upgrades on the car. There is a risk of rain if we get, like, a safety car or something a bit later on. But of course, luckily for me, Zandvoort is a track where you don't really go outside track limits anyway. So I'm hoping we're not going to run into too many problems with them. Like I said, I'm going to try and use this series to basically obviously practice for next season of Creative Series as well. Is the plan.
And before the show gets well and truly underway, we've got the all-important matter.
No, it's not you, Josh. It's me. It's me being dim, as normal. So it will be interesting to see what Antonelli can do. Because I'm hoping, although normally, for some reason, whoever you have as a teammate in this game is weaker than they would be normally. Which is a very, very strange and frustrating... I don't even know if it's a glitch or a bug or just something to try and make the human player feel better. But it's rather annoying. I've got no idea whether I'm staying with Alpine or not in Creative Series. I haven't broken anything, have I? Oh, here we go. Garage tutorial, all that good stuff. Have I broken something? So, luckily, obviously, we've got setups inside this game. But Zandvoort is going to be very high downforce. I'm going to probably need to do a bit of practice as well, just to make sure I'm up to speed. Because obviously, especially now with the strict track limits, it is going to be tougher. Right, how we want there. We'll go like that. I think that all works. We'll give that a whirl to begin with. And see how we fare. So like I said, I've got a custom spreadsheet set up, ready to go. That obviously, when we get to the end of the race, I'll jump on there and I'll add all the points to that. So obviously, the championship order inside the game will be very, very different to what the actual championship order is. I'm also a little bit nervous because I'm going back to Season 1 cars, which, obviously, my team, I'm in Season 3, nearly finished Season 3. Driver career mode, we've just started Season 3. So, this car is going to feel very slow in comparison.
Okay, let's so some nice steady laps here, please.
Yeah, I'm trying to stream at some different times, see what works and what doesn't. So, you know, if obviously this is a bit of a success, then maybe we'll do kind of like more afternoon streams. Because that would work quite well for me. But of course, it kind of depends on when you guys are available and things like that. And the days of the week and everything else. So it's a bit of a weird one. Hey, Hayden, thank you for the raid, buddy. I hope you're doing well. I actually tuned into your stream earlier on, sir. I was quietly watching, and then the last thing I saw was Vegas Turn 1, which I just quit off because I was editing something. I think as you were about to run into the back of someone. So, I hope that wasn't what happened. Where is your big head covering the screen? I fixed it slightly so Gillen wouldn't keep going on at me. I did try and tweak it a bit. So, it's still definitely there, but not as bad. Oh, you just spun, did you? Fair enough. But thank you for the raid, buddy. You're going into Season 5 now of Career Mode, aren't you? Which is quite impressive. But welcome on in, everybody. So, we're trying a new series out today, where we're matching the IRL F1 races to the end of the season. And basically, we're taking a freeze frame from where the F1 point standing was at the summer break. And then we're basically going to try and overhaul the 100-point deficit to the McLarens as George Russell. That's the goal by the end of this. We'll wait and see how well it works out. I'll probably end up further back behind them. But it should be good fun. Should have made it bigger just for Gillen. I did accidentally leave it on the old one, I think 1 week. But yeah, I'll just make it so it's just completely my face in the way. So Gillen can get angry at me. I mean, if he wanted, I could just give him, like, the VOD without any of the effects over it. But he never asked. Look who's about to follow. Thank you for all the new followers. We're trying to hit 10k by the end of the year as well. That's, like, my big goal. F1 Fan 00, thank you for the follow. Raymondo, Atomic Sniper. What a name that is. To be fair, this Mercedes feels alright, actually. I'm going to say it. I'm hoping this car's going to be fairly nicely balanced. Like, I was looking through at, like, what I wanted to do as, like, a IRL F1 series. And I was like, the Mercedes, I don't know if it'll handle, like, a bag of spanners on this game or anything like that. So I thought, I will gamble it and see if it works. Thank you for the bit as well, Toast. I appreciate it, buddy. I hope you're doing well. I have streamed earlier than this before. Like, if I do an iRacing and Endurance, that's normally I start at, like, 8 AM UK time. But normally if I'm doing, like, the F1 streams, I stream later on in the evening. But like I said, I'm up to try and change it around in the future. To be fair, the Ferrari in this game is actually very good. Like, using that in the LH44 crib, we've been on a tear recently. But I think we're going to do this practice program fairly easily. Lap times look pretty good. I'm not waking up at 6 AM to watch me do endurance racing. Yeah, I think a lot of people feel that way. It's always hilarious when I say to my mods that we've got an early morning stream, and all of them hate me. Dart, Smurf, Sam, they're all like, do you have to? Like, yeah. Am I the first Chinese Matt212 fan? I know Zhou Guan Yu has seen some of my videos. So maybe Zhou's beaten you. But I don't know.
Nice one. Okay, reminder,
What music do I listen to normally? I found a great song earlier on today, chat. I don't know whether this will get me demonetized or not. Where was it? Here we go. Listen to this. I don't know how loud it will be. So I'm going to use this whenever I'm doing rally racing now. Can you even hear it? Can you not hear it? Oh no, it's coming through. Someone has done a house remix of Sammy, You're Breaking the Car. I was listening to a few random bits this morning and it just came up on YouTube auto playlist. Like, most of it now is, like, normal. But that first bit is incredible. I was like, if I'm going to do more rally stuff, I was like, that I've got to listen to. Hey, welcome on in, Ethan. Hope you're doing well. I use YouTube Premium, so yeah, I use YouTube Music. A lot of people think it's weird. Trust me, it's better than Spotify. It's better than Apple Music. It is elite. Oh, TikTok won't be able to hear it, I'm afraid. But if you come over to Twitch, then you will. Sorry, TikTok. I forgot about you guys there. No, you've got to love Samir, you're breaking the car. Say, it just randomly came up this morning and I was editing a few bits and trying to sort out some admin. And like it just started playing, like I said, on auto playlist, and I was just there like going and I was like, this is incredible. I mean, that original clip is just me every time I play EAWRC. I need to get back on it, man, but I just don't. I think the game's pretty much dead now, which is such a shame. But it was really good fun. I might still do like a couple of rally streams and things like that down the line, but I've honestly got no idea. Oh, I can't. Ugh. Don't want to hit those curbs. So I think in terms of track limits, then one of the only corners we might have problems with is going to be this one, which even then we shouldn't really have problems with it. But it's just about being careful over the course of a race stint. YouTube Premium is elite. No ads on YouTube, plus the music for basically the same price as you would pay for Spotify and stuff. Ugh! I've gone way below the delta. Ah, I've messed that up. Royally right at the end. Yeah, anybody that says YouTube Music isn't goated hasn't tried YouTube Music. It's just a much better deal than any of the others. And you also, if you use YouTube Premium to watch people on YouTube as well, you support them more than you would by watching the ads. YouTube pays them more, which I think is pretty good as well. Like, especially if you watch quite a lot of YouTube like I do. Then it's... Oh, I mean, look at... How is that track limit? Look, so that... We've got to be careful through there as well, then. Do I run outside of track limits here, chat? Let's just slow it down. Oh, yeah, we do. To be fair. We're just outside the white line. But the curb dragged me out there, which is a bit annoying. I allow myself rewinds in practice. We'll just go like that. Because I don't want to be here all day just practicing. Hey, welcome in, Kagis. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Oh. Yeah, still got to be careful with that curb. I think it's good because I'm part of YouTube. I'm not part of YouTube. There's quite a lot of things I refuse to support Google on, to be completely honest with you. I don't use Chrome all the time. I sometimes use Firefox, which is like the only non-Chrome search engine nowadays. God, the delta is so quick through that final corner. Oh, don't mess it up again. Oh, you idiot. Didn't even matter that I rewind if I keep messing it up. Alright, come on. Last chance. Oh, see, that corner as well is so sketchy. Trying to get it hooked up over that inside curve is definitely the quicker line, but just not that easy to emulate. Ollie, thank you for the follow, buddy. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. Is this corner flat? Oh, yes, it is. Okay, that's good to know. We can definitely... Oh, we found like 8/10 there with that. That was good going. I think Firefox just also works quite well a lot of the time. And there is an element of the security as well to it. Like how much Google tracks and things like that. Yeah, I'm doing very well, thanks, buddy. Hopefully you are as well. There we go, another purple. We're doing alright so far. We're doing alright. Hey, thank you for the heart as well. Echo Velocity. Hope you're doing well, buddy. What we doing? So this is basically a series where we're trying to match IRL Formula 1. We're going to try and... We've basically taken a freeze frame of the F1 summer break, and we're trying to make George Russell in the second half of the season. I could be tempted to do a salvaging Alpine career mode at some point. I want to try and do a few more, like, stream career modes, and have some fun with those.
Okay, don't worry about tyres, just give
What's
it
my
everything.
favourite retro
Test,
career
we
mode
just
I've
wanna
ever
make
done?
sure we can lap close to our rival's pace.
It would have to probably be something like F1 2013. That game is just so much fun. I want to bring back more F1 2013 content down the line. But that game was so fun. It was so ahead of its time. Is it a waste of your time though, Eric? That's the all-important question. Ah, come on. God, that qualifying sim is all over the show. Looks like someone's heartbeat at the moment, going up and down against the Delta. Right, this should again be easy flat. We'll go down to 7th gear just to make sure we get the nose through. And then, well, actually carrying a bit more speed into there that time. I think, yeah, when you're using the ERS on the way in, it's not easy flat. Maybe in qualifying. But we'll wait and see. Come on. Oh, it's so satisfying when you get it hooked up. Like, through that chicane. The thing is, where I don't race normal Zandvoort much anymore, because the reverse layout's better. Oh, I've bottled that in the final corner. Yeah, I forget this track can be quite good fun. Wait, what? The Delta ended, like, really early. Oh, it thought I pit. How weird is that? That's really odd, actually. I've never seen that before. Hayden said in Season 4 of the driver career with Ferrari that the Alpine is the illegal car. The Alpine in Hayden's is rapid, isn't it? For some reason. Ah, fair enough, Eric. I'll let you off then, buddy. How are we looking for pace then, chat? We are 6 cents up on Verstappen. I'd expect him to be good here. Kind of the big one, though, for us now in this series is obviously hoping that the McLarens falter. Because obviously, if they make some mistakes, then hopefully we can close in the points on them a bit more. I meant like the ones you did on F120, like 2004 or 99. 99 was a good fun one. 2000, I think, with BAR had some absolutely insane races. That was really good fun as well. But they've all kind of had their own narrative, which is always quite nice. I don't really want to burn through all my sets of softs, to be honest. We have got quite a few for the weekend, but I don't really want to take all of them out. Maybe we'll use one more set to try and do that qualifying sim again. But then we'll head into qualifying. I don't want to be here all day just doing free practice or anything like that. We've got to get into the good stuff. Ever thought to get your fans to send their cranes? Or you mean like videos, clips? I could do some stewarding of your guys' events. That'd be quite fun, I reckon. Ah, crashes, sorry. Hey, thank you very much, Ollie. I try and, you know, it's always one of those things that I think a lot of people say, but like when I do videos and stuff, I am still just me. But it may be a little bit more kind of energetic, I would argue. But I always try and, like, still am myself, ultimately. Ugh. Ugh, come on. Right, we'll try and use a bit more battery then early on in the lap. This is a circuit where battery management in the race is going to be horrible. Because this is not really anywhere to charge up the pack. But I mean, if we could start this series with like a win or like at least like a good podium. If we could like showcase that we can challenge the McLarens, I'd be happy. This lap's feeling a little bit more tidier than the first. I'm just so scared of that corner. I'm trying to think, have I ever done a 100% race here at Zandvoort? I'm honestly not sure I have. Oh, come on, nose in. Still 2 tenths up. Oh, Lance Stroll's actually going to help me out. Make sure I don't go below the pit lane entry line again and get the lap removed. There we go.
Program complete.
Thank you, Lance.
Data, although far from optimal, and it could still be worth running it again.
No, I think we're good there, Mark. I don't think I'm going to be able to find out much more in that session. What is the worst crash I've had on an F1 game? F1 2015, Singapore. The clip is up on Matt212 Clips, if I'm not mistaken, and is one of the most popular videos on that channel, Matt. I'm pretty certain I enter a new dimension. It was the most F1 2015 crash you'll ever see. Which, if you don't know, the crashes on that game were hilariously broken. So Antonelli's doing quite well, up in P3. But Verstappen is going to be interesting. Any comments of Grimsby smacking Manchester United? I mean, absolutely hilarious. Wasn't it Grimsby went 2-0 up, United got 2 back, and then they lost on penalties?
What an incredible
From what I saw.
that was. But the fun doesn't stop here, though. Join us again as the rest of the weekend unfolds.
So I think my prediction for the weekend is Lando. I think he obviously won this race last year. So I think he's going to do well again. Hey, welcome in, Alex Brooks. Hope you're doing well, buddy. I'm doing very well, thank you. There we go. We should be able to get another upgrade on the car. We need to make sure, at the very least, that we're beating Antonelli. Gone. Welcome on in, mate. Hope you're doing well. Have you done FPL? I believe I'm in the official Matt212 FPL league. I think I signed up.
No surprises if I tell you we're here in Holland.
Hey, thank you for the follow as well, Gone.
Celebration party. It's a quick track and perfect for high speed.
What team do I support? I don't really in football. I don't follow football enough. Whenever anybody asks me this question, I say Forest Green Rovers because they're my local club. But even then, I think they're doing all right this season. I want to say, but I honestly don't know.
Okay, mate. Radio check, please. Radio
The best
check.
card drop you found in Horizon 5? I've got no idea. I have not played Horizon 5 in so long. So, I think Q1, because we've only got 3 sets of tyres, I want to try and get through on mediums if we can. We'll see what kind of times the AI can do. Verstappen 109. Verstappen's put a second on Lando. That's mad. So I think we'll try and go out first of all then on the mediums. And then if we're not quick enough or I make a mistake, then we'll go back out on softs a bit later on. I think that's got to be the goal. I like Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer's hilarious. I don't think he tries to be, he just is. Was you already quick when I started streaming? That implies I've ever been quick. I think genuinely, I'm not joking when I say this, chat, I was at my quickest on the F1 games about 7 years ago.
Down to P20.
I'm an old man. And with being an old man comes delayed reactions. But yeah, I peaked on the F1 games almost a decade ago now, which is so scary to think about. Anyway, we've got a lap coming up then, here in Q1. I'm hoping, obviously, Antonelli and I both should be able to make it through without too many problems. Brake about 75 for turn 1. I just want this first lap to be tidy. That's all I can really hope for, is we get a first nice, clean, tidy lap. Like I said, we're trying it on the mediums. We're on low fuel for the first time really all weekend. Best bad cop, thank you for the follow, buddy. I hope you're doing well. Could have probably gone up to 8th up through there, but I don't think we needed to. 7/10 up already. I mean, like I said, this is just like getting this into Q2. So I don't need to take like big risk or anything. I just want to carry an extra set of softs later on into the session. That was close to the grass. Easy does it. Get your predictions in, though. You got a bit of time, because obviously this is a full qualifying session. But let us know where you think we're going to qualify. I reckon the top 5 is definitely doable today. But we'll wait and see. One more corner to go, then, of Q1. Keep it nice and tidy. Whoa, keep your foot flat to the floor. A little bit of a wobble there out in the final corner. It is going to be a 1:10.1. So half a second off Verstappen in P2. I would assume it's one of the McLarens that's gone top of the board. But right alongside Antonelli, which I can't complain about. Happy with that one. Yeah, if you're on YouTube, you can let me know in chat. If you're on TikTok, you can let me know in chat. Twitch won't let you follow me. How weird is that? That should be a safely through then. So 200ths of a second in it between Oscar and Max. 400ths of a second in it between the two Mercs. I'm just happy that Antonelli might have actually put a good time on the board. Have we got anybody surprising? Ocon. Be surprised if he goes out in Q1. But apart from that, it all seems fairly standard. That looks alright. This is definitely one of the better tracks for the AI as well. This is gonna be a tougher one for us. Oh my lord, chat! Someone is actually, I don't think, a bot on kick. Pierre Santos, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. So yeah, there we go. Oscar makes it through fastest ahead of Max. 6/10 back on the harder compounded tyre. I actually think it's pretty good going here. Albon just ahead of Lando. He needs to get a better lap in Q2. Alonso, Gasly does very well. Stroll, both Ferraris through. Tsunoda through. So Ocon out. Bortoletto out. V-Car will be disappointed. Both of their cars out. And Jack Doohan also out. So for argument's sake as well, chat, Jack Doohan and Franco Colapinto are the same person in F1 25. Obviously, neither of them have scored a point IRL so far. They both drive for Alpine. Whoever's in that second Alpine seat for the rest of the year is Jack Doohan / Franco Colapinto in our championship standings. Just to save it from getting really complicated. Maybe shunt Verstappen as revenge for Spain. Just immediately send him to the Shadow Realm. Right, Q2 then. I'm hoping again we should be able to safely make it through. I think our Q1 lap time is actually pretty good. So there you go, Norris 109.3. What did Verstappen do actually? 199 for Verstappen that time, so a bit slower. So again, I'm hoping we can just make it through in one run. The soft compound tyre is always a weird one, because I think I want to keep a couple of spare sets if I can for the race. But they're not going to be that useful as a race tyre here. Can any of iRacing's Formula 1 cars take Monza Turn 1 flat out? My assumption would be no. Maybe the old Turn 1, Curva Grande, I think would be, most of them would do it. Right, come on then. We're going to try taking the high line out of the final corner, because I think it's a little... Oh no, it's no, but less bumpy up there. We're trying to find everything. Every little bit of speed around this lap. Hug that apex nicely. Like it's your favourite granny, as Crofty would say. Or is that Brundle? Either or. Oh, see, you can be quite aggressive with this Merc. It's quite good fun to really chuck in. It does seem... It's got a pretty good front end. It seems to want to work with you. There you go, purple sector 1. That's pretty good. That has often been one of our better sectors of the lap. Is this corner flat? No. Big blend now. Probably an inopportune time. Oh, come on. Nice and tidy. So, Hamilton down in P11 then at the moment. He won't be too happy as we are a second up on him. Well, by the end of Sector 2. Too busy looking at the Delta, though. Rather on where I should be going. Got to make sure I keep some battery ready for that final corner. And it's such a send through that final turn. Down one gear, flick the front end in. That's one thing that's a little bit scary. This Merc seems to be getting loose through the final turn. 109.6. That's pretty good going. We go ahead of Leclerc, ahead of Piastri. 3/10 off of Norris, though. I reckon if we nail it in Q3, we can be there. I reckon we have got what it takes. I reckon we've got the speed in the car. A legal car, FIA do something. Why am I wearing gloves? Because this steering wheel is about £400, and I want to make sure that I protect it from my sweaty hands. That's why I'm wearing gloves. Antonelli, 109.9, just in between. I mean, look at that, further behind. Oscar Piastri, 109.9. Max Verstappen, 109.9. Antonelli, Tsunoda, all 109.9s. Hamilton's going to be the big one, though. Is he going to be able to make it into Q3? I'll have to wait and see. See if we can ride on board with him when he goes back out there. Is he going to go back out? Please tell me he's going to go back out. Lewis Hamilton then. Oh, is he on a run? No, he's just gone back out there. Is he on a run now? No. There we go. Now he's going for it. That's still good going, Pereira. Don't knock it, buddy. So Hamilton needs a big improvement then by the end of Q2. Otherwise, yeah, P12 on that Ferrari, he's going to be in for a long, long afternoon. My teammate in this series is Andrea Kimi Antonelli, like George Russell's teammate IRL. If I don't wear gloves, I get burns on my hands. You have got to be a bit careful. You can blister your hands as well a bit, but the big one for me is like this wheel is expensive, and I've had this wheel now for like 6 years. I probably need to get a new one, because it's starting to get a bit more tatty around the edges and stuff, but it works quite well. AJ, welcome on in, buddy. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for the follow. Aren't you a millionaire? No, I'm not. Chat, as I've said before, I've recently bought a house. I'm as poor as they come now. Oh, is Hamilton just about to get a little held up behind the Aston Martin? I think he should be alright. He's fastest through the speed trap, but that was probably helped by a bit of a slipstream. One more corner to go, though. Looked to be a little bit hesitant on the exit. He's having a couple of little swappers. Will this be enough to get Hamilton into Q3? He goes 10th. No, he doesn't. Immediately gets moved back down as Carlos Sainz there. 109.9. We've done it, though. We're into Q3 fairly comfortably, so happy with that. Lando Norris fastest, ahead of myself. Leclerc stays third. Sainz, though, brilliant effort by the end of that session to get himself through there at the expense of Lewis Hamilton. I think both Williams improved, and that meant that Hamilton and Stroll are both out in Q2. But, I mean, look at that. 4th to 8th, all separated by 0.07 of a second. Very, very close times there by the end of Q2. But we have made it through, importantly. 5 cars from 5 different teams out in that second session. That's pretty good going. I would love to see a drunk career series. Only play the game when you're drunk. Good lord, that would be a disaster.
Radio check. Radio check. Radio check.
Ira, thank you for the follow as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. See, like I said, chat, I could be so tempted to do more like these afternoon streams. I want to use this like Friday stream as a bit of a tester run. But I could really try. 10k followers, he'll get a new wheel. Possibly. Possibly. I do need to buy a new one. They were on sale on Fanatec for a little while. I don't know why I didn't in the end. But I think it was because we were trying to buy a house. Get grip tape. You're always a bit worried when you do things like that. Like what it'll do to the wheel because it's not designed for it. Hey, welcome in, W. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Right, come on then. This is where it really matters. We need to try and get a good time on the board. Antonelli, I don't know if he's just started a run or just finished a run, but either way, he's a little bit further down the order than I'm sure he would have wanted. But as long as we can immediately post like a mid-9, I'll be quite happy. That's goal number 1, is to try and make sure we're back in the 109s. I would expect we'll see top times. Maybe we'll see an 8 come from one of the McLarens or something. To be fair, Oscar was very good Q1, Lando was very good Q2, so I think it's going to be a question of who can just get the run right when it matters. But we'll wait and see. That's fairly tidy through the first couple of corners. Just keep it out of too much trouble as we wind our way up the hill. Again, trying to leave it in 7th. I just think he's going to be the quicker way there. As purple sector 1. That's exactly what we want to see. That's the line we need through there as well. Wasn't quite flat, but was pretty close. So first half of the lap then has rewarded us. Will the second half be the same then? Not quite meeting the apex where I needed to. That's alright though. You don't need to hug the apex through there. Albon, we are 3/4 of a second up on Albon, but I don't know what his overall lap time is. Albon's done a 1:10.1, so this could be an improvement for us. As long as we can make a good line through that final corner. A little bit wide on the way in. We've gathered it up nicely. Car doesn't break free on the exit of the corner. And it is going to be a 109.2. Straight to the top of the board ahead of both McLaren cars. Russell is cooking, ladies and gentlemen. Happy with that one. Oh. Matt does have a girlfriend. Matt lives with his girlfriend. Matt is unfortunately, maybe for some of you, Matt is taken. Someone get this guy a job commentating F1. I would love to. Ooh, look at that then. 3/10 up Sector 1. We dropped a 10th and a half Sector 2. And another half a 10th Sector 3. So, I mean, look at that. Mercedes fastest Sector 1. Red Bull fastest Sector 2. McLaren fastest Sector 3. That's like we see IRL. Of, like, the McLaren looks after its tyres a little bit better than everybody else. Right towards the end of a run. But I think, honestly, our top 4 in the World Championship are all in the fight here. Towards the end of the session. We'll wait and see if there's any more improvements quickly before we head back out. Doesn't look like it. Antonelli is slowed down. Didn't he run like a 10-1 in Q1? So he could like be ahead of those Williams. He should sensibly, if nobody else improves, get 6th here. Like, not joking. In this car, that should be easy top 6. I thought 212 was the number of girls in Matt's harem or harem. No. Hey, welcome in, Honey Badger. I hope you're doing well, buddy. What internet do I have? We've just got, like, Sky's full fibre. Obviously, because to wrap it in with the Formula 1 is cheaper than anything else we could get, sensibly. So we get much better speeds than I used to back at my parents' house. Right, come on, then. We might have already sealed pole, but I want another improvement if we can. How close can we get to the 108s, chap? That is the ultimate question. I'm hoping at the very least we're going to line up on the front row. Or we'll wait and see if we can find any more. Down in towards turn 1. Really trying to brake late into that corner. Leave it in 3rd gear, though, to carry the speed off of the turn. We've done pretty well. Turn 2, bit of a blend. Try and use a bit of the camber through turn 4. We've done all right there again. Just use the battery all the way up to 7th gear. And then again, leave it in 7th as we make our way up towards the top of the hill. Will we see any improvements by the AI? Oh, there we go. Oscar, 108.8. Ridiculous lap time. Max, though, 108.7. So the AI are improving. The track is ramping up right towards the end of this qualifying session. So we try and wind our way through the end of Sector 2. Are we up at the moment? We are 2/10 up. It would be an improvement for us, but it wouldn't be by enough. Lando Norris has gone quicker than me. We're down to 4th then at the moment. Has Verstappen, in front of the home crowd, stolen the show right towards the end of qualifying? Can we find a little bit more through the last couple of corners? We get really nice and tidy on the battery. 3/10 up. We're going to improve up the order, but I don't think it's going to be by enough. I think it's going to be P3? P3 in the end. Oh, those AI are rapid over 1 lap. Hey, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the I've messed that up completely. Thank you for the sub, Shadow Fox. Thank you, buddy. 3 months. I appreciate it, sir. Courtesy of Smurf. Thank you. Oh, so Max, I mean, a 108.7. That is a rapid lap time right at the end. So I'm happy that we got back ahead of Lando. Like, I think, honestly, a 107, a 108 was going to be all we could get out of the car. So I'm happy we've done that. But it's just, you know, when you think you're on for a pole lap and suddenly the AI just go a little bit quicker, it is so sad. Antonelli as well. He did improve right at the end of the session, but everybody else got quicker. 1.3 seconds off of George Russell. That's a bit of a shame to see from our teammate, but not the end of the world. See, where did Verstappen find all that time then? So 24.1, 23.7, 27. We did 24.0, 24.0, 20.9. So yeah, he gained it all in Sector 2, Sector 3, which is a little bit of a shame. But no incidents or anything like that. That's good to see. I think we're ready for the race then. Thank you for all the bits. And Josh the Sloth for the follow. Welcome. Yeah, I sometimes, if we get into like an intense moment in qualifying, my brain gets frazzled. I use up all of my mental capacity to try and get that 1 lap down. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Can we do any more upgrades to the car? We've got to be thinking about that towards the end of the year. Oh, 350. Get in my basket. Any others on discount? 578. That's a shame. maybe we can do that at some point. So we've got... We have got 2 more upgrades going on, so we could potentially get to the next couple of races with the fastest car, which would be pretty insane. Get your predictions in, though, chat. Ready for the Grand Prix. Where do you think we're going to finish? Are we even going to finish the Dutch Grand Prix? If you're on Twitch, you can bet your noggins. If you're on YouTube or Kick or TikTok as well, first of all, come join the Twitch. Second of all, let me know down in chat below. What would be your dream sim setup? I'd love some of like the really high-end Fanatec or Moser wheels, that kind of thing. I think the Mercedes wheel now, I think it's SimLab do. That thing is utterly insane. Did I enjoy my time at school? I mean, it was a long time ago now. I always say, like, I've never missed school. Put it that way. But then again, it's kind of like that thing of, you know, I get to kind of work my dream job. So I think I'm less likely to miss it than a lot of other people. I didn't mind school. It wasn't my favourite time of life, but it's got me to where I am now, so I can't complain too much. This should be another good track for Aston Martin, to be fair. Because obviously they did quite well at the Hungaroring. What's the thing I put my arm on? That is my shifter. So obviously, if I'm like rallying or doing NASCAR and stuff like that, I've got a separate shifter. Obviously, I've got flappy paddles. But yeah, it's half a shifter, half an armrest. It also means the gloves are just in shot, so you can see the Matt212 logo. Look at that. What AI difficulty do we use? 110. Do we need our Samir again? Because this is, I think, now the Matt212 anthem. Surely. This is going to be the Matt212 anthem from now on.
World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row.
I mean, you can still hear the game, but still. Can I mute that quickly? Oh. Yeah, where am I listening to the game then? How weird. I thought I could mute the game, but apparently I can't. I mean, this is now just our vibe, isn't it? I'm definitely going to get banned if I keep playing that. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Ivan. Have a good one, buddy. I'm 25 years old. A lot of people think I'm older. Some people think I'm younger. I've just got a lot of grey hair. Oh, it's so weird, hyping up the first race of the season.
And finally today, we get some proper action on the track.
This is always such an exciting time in this.
I see. I don't know. People like say, "Oh, Matt." Some people think I look younger. Some people think I look older. I think I look about right, if not a bit haggard.
We've had a long time off during the winter break, so it's about dusting the cobwebs off.
Exactly. Yeah, the SimLab one is ridiculous. £2,300. I mean, if they want to send me one, SimLab, if you're watching. I mean, we're doing the George Russell career mode. We need the wheel to match up, surely. Oh, listen to that. Georgie boy in the car. Oh, what? Oh, good lord. Soft, medium? Are they having a giggle? Why do they want us to do that? How utterly bizarre. I've got a set of hards, haven't I? Yeah. I've got a fresh set of hards. Why do they want me to do softs? I guess if everybody else is doing softs around me, then I might have to gamble it. Maybe we go soft hard and see how they last. That's a really, really odd call by the team, and it's kind of frazzled my brain. I want a little bit of extra fuel. I don't... It's not guaranteed to get a safety car or anything like that in this race. I think the big thing about the soft tyres is going to be whether they overheat or not. Because I don't think I've put the tyre temp on just surface, not surface and tyre. But again, we're trying to use this as practice for like Creator Series and stuff. So that's why I've done that. The 2025 cars can take turn 7 flat out. But that is on qualifying fuel. Oh, okay. Verstappen's gone hards then. So, Verstappen on hards, Piastri and myself on softs, Norris on mediums. So, inside your top 4 then is already all 3 tyre calls. Which is rather brave, I think. Yeah, you'd think we're driving for Ferrari. I'm just happy that others have gone with the same thing, to be completely honest. I also never do formation laps on this game, which is very weird. Ugh. There you go. So, on F1, the top of the banking there is technically off-road, which is a bit dumb, I'll be honest with you, but there we are. If only this was the real grid for the Dutch Grand Prix, it would be quite fascinating. I mean, it's not out of the realms of possibility, your top 4 especially. Verstappen on pole, McLaren, George Russell, another McLaren. That seems believable. Charlie VR, welcome on in, buddy. Thank you for the follow. You've come at just the right time, because we are getting ready for the Dutch Grand Prix. Looking forward to this one. 72 laps. We're going to have to try and stay out of trouble. G50 as well. Welcome, 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 welcome. Do I need to get more temp in the tyres? I honestly don't think I want to take much out of these mediums. Sorry, out of the softs even on the formation lap. I think we've got to be careful. How do you add formation lap to career mode? It's in the settings. It's a fairly simple one. Hey, Max Hall, thank you for the sub, buddy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh, I'm nervous. I need to find my heart rate monitor. I think it got lost in the move. But I need to find it again. Because I do want to start wearing it for races. Because it would be interesting. Ready on the grid, though, for the Dutch Grand Prix. Let's see what we can do. I don't know why it's so badly lined up. Nailed that.
That's going to give you the edge if you can get good launch as the race starts.
Right, come on then. Focus up. Focus, Samir. We cannot break the car.
Be ready with the clutch.
I'm ready with the clutch. Triple caution. 5 red lights. Oh, we've done well. We've got a good launch. We might immediately get past both of them in towards turn 1. Go on, round the outside of Max. Yeah! Oh, we've done it. Straight up to P1 off the start of the Grand Prix there. Oscar Piastri messed it up. Looks like Sonoda got past Lando as well, so both McLaren struggling off the launch. Less of a surprise that Max struggled, because obviously he was on the hard compounded tyre. But from P3 to P1 then, down at the first corner, immediately rocketing up into top spot then. Oh, careful, that one. Oh, car is very heavy with fuel, but now we've done the easy bit, trying to get the lead at the start. The difficult bit will be hanging on to it throughout the rest of the Grand Prix there, but very, very happy with that. Off the start of the Grand Prix, of course, I think we're going to expect Verstappen to struggle a little bit in the early laps. It's going to take him a little bit of time to try and get those harder tyres up to temperature. But, I mean, we could not have asked for a better start to the first race of this series. Straight up into the lead of the Grand Prix. I mean, if we can get Verstappen out of the DRS range, I'd be very happy. Still intrigued to know what strategy they're going to be on. I assume he's going to one-stop?
Behind you now.
Okay, oh, we got to wait till lap 2, haven't we, before I can ask.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
God, these cars feel so in a straight line. Is Oscar now trying to make a move on Verstappen? Has he gone through as well then on the Dutchman? I believe he has. So it is now Mercedes, McLaren, Red Bull, and McLaren inside your top 5. Oh, I can't even ask now what strategy Max is going with, can I?
Okay, no
Well,
issues with
that's
tyre wear for
not the
now.
one I wanted.
Keep taking care of them.
Ugh. Oh, that's our first warning. Gotta be so careful there. It's just the fact that curb drags you out. It's the same through there as well. Because track limits penalties would be a disaster in a race like this. But I think Piastri's going to be quite quick. I don't know how long we'll be able to hold him up for, but we'll wait and see.
We've got a lot of spare
Thank you for the
engine.
bits,
Okay
Chris.
to use your overtake
I appreciate it, buddy. I mean, yeah, both McLarens just really struggle to get the power down. Which, like I said, I was quite surprised to see. I thought Oscar might get good hookup and immediately get Max in towards turn 1, but we're already pulling out there. We've got 1.4 seconds. We just got to try and dominate this race from the front. Say, with... I mean, it's obviously far too early to be calling it, but if it finished like this, 15 points out of Lando, I think we'd still be behind Verstappen overall, but him and Oscar just seem to be going side by side through the first couple of corners every single time, so if we can pull away from them... I mean, look at that, we've already got 2.5 seconds, because they're just tripping over each other. I'm not going to complain about that. Oh, come on. That was risky. I mean, it's definitely flat if you nail it. But especially when I got the warning last time round. Say, I want to try and avoid getting warnings and penalties as best as I can. Ooh, easy does it. We've just got to try and play it fairly smart early on. I think the big question, of course, is going to be whether the soft tyres overheat. Managing the tyre temperature is going to be very, very difficult. But, I mean, if Verstappen can hold on to P2, that's going to be the perfect storm for us early on. 9% on the front left isn't bad after 3 laps. As we will set a new fast lap of the day. I mean, I would not complain if this was the start Russell got this weekend. From 3rd to 1st there. See, Piastri, though, and Verstappen still trying to get the elbows out against each other. I think Verstappen knows if he wants to have a good chance in this race, he's got to try and keep Oscar back.
Okay, they're on fresh hards. Their tyres are 3 laps old. Okay, we think they've got
Oh, so he is 2 stopping. Okay.
Time last lap, 1 minute 14.9.
So no idea what strategy Max is going to be going with, but it's going to be aggressive towards the end of the afternoon. So I feel like we probably will be temperature limited on these tyres. We'll see, obviously, whether the medium or the hard is as bad. But, I had Lewis at Red Bull during Season 2 of Career Mode. It was very interesting seeing him go up against Max. Like, a Max and Lewis super team a couple of years ago would have been utterly... Imagine that in the 2023 car. It probably would have been 1-2s every single weekend, except Singapore. They would have definitely got to 1,000 points, which would have been utterly ludicrous. Oh, chat, we've settled down. We're in a rhythm now. We can just keep pulling away. So, I guess the only other one we don't know is going to be Lando. He could one-stop medium to hard, I guess, which would be quite fascinating. But I think, yeah, especially obviously against Max, we'll probably have a tyre advantage for about the first 10 laps. And then he'll probably start reading me back in, so we are going to have to be careful with it. Just to kind of see what we can do. Mercedes, though, like I said, it feels willing to rotate into the corners. Monza next time out is going to be a very, very different test. But it kind of wants to work with you, which I guess is a nice thing. How did you just post a video? Because I had it scheduled, ready to go. Yeah, Max and Lewis in the 2023 Red Bull would have been utterly insane. The start of this GP will be a TikTok short. Most likely. I mean, look how much we're putting away still. Those hard tyres must be awful early on. How are we looking temperature-wise? It's going to be that front left that takes an absolute beating here. We're up to 90 degrees. That's not awful after a few laps. But it's just kind of how much they keep climbing. See, it's because all of the long, aggressive corners around here seem to be right-handers. So obviously you put the weight over on the left-hand side of the car. And yeah, that front left really just take all of it. Which is a bit of a shame. Ninja Kid, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in, buddy. I hope you're doing well. Oh, it's just when you get that understeer. If you don't kind of get the car in the groove through the very first part of that corner, it really, really wants to just throw you out. Which is a bit scary. Hey, Nathan, welcome on in, mate. I hope you're doing well. Easy does it. Easy does it. I want to get through this race without making any major errors. That's the big thing. Even if we don't have the pace to win, I just want to get to the end of this first one without doing something really stupid. If I can avoid doing something stupid around Zandvoort, I'll be a very happy man. I'm also definitely expecting to have mechanical failure, because that would be the most Matt212 thing in the world. We finally had our first mechanical failure on F1 25 earlier on in the week, in the LH44 career mode. So I could end up with another one today. Piastri has gone back past Max. So I think he was just waiting to charge up the pack again for a couple of laps. But he knows, of course, he's got to try and push to get away from the Dutchman nice and quickly if he wants any chance of closing in on us. But for George Russell at the moment, though, I mean, it looks on paper like this is a Sunday drive. We are just trying to scamper away into an early lead. That way, if something happens, we've got a bit of time to react. That's basically all I can hope for early on here. I don't believe I've ever really spoken to Tom. Apart from, like, at events we've both been to. I don't believe I've ever really spoken to him. So, today, Nathan, we are doing our all-new George Russell career mode. So, I've taken a snapshot of, obviously, the current IRL standings. And then every Grand Prix weekend, on the Friday, I'm going to do the corresponding Grand Prix inside this game. But try to make George Russell world champion. That's the goal. So, sensibly, we're probably going to need to win most of them. But you never know if the McLarens have a bit of a stinker or something like that. There's a chance. Already looks like Norris is struggling a little bit to keep up with Verstappen and Yuki. Which is quite a surprise when he's on mediums. I mean, you never know if the AI pick up front wing damage and things like that, but it would be interesting if Lando struggles here. I mean, even if we could just split the McLarens by the end of the season, I'd probably be quite happy with. But I imagine just like what we'll probably see IRL, they're going to be very, very close throughout the rest of the season. Like, I just expect this championship battle to probably go right down to the wire. Oh, come on. F1 25 is a decent game. It's got a few problems, as I've said before, but it is decent fun. I do still quite enjoy jumping on and playing around with it. Hey, Petey! Thank you for the follow, buddy. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. God, some of the curbs already are feeling a little bit lethal. Gotta be so careful with them. I mean, we're already nearly 10 laps in. Zandvoort is not a track I normally enjoy, particularly in the F1 games. So, if we could get a good result here today, it'll also give me a bit of confidence for the Hamilton career mode. Because I'm sure we're going to be racing here pretty soon in that as well. Hey, thank you for the primer as well, Petey. I appreciate it, buddy. So, if you're on Twitch, !September. That is my goals, obviously, throughout the month of September. Because basically, Twitch do an event, I was learning about this a few days ago, where, like, subs are discounted and things like that. So, I've set up a few goals. Which, obviously, if we achieve those, then we'll do some fun bits and pieces. Mechanical failures do work in F1 25. I think that's going to be a red flag. We got Haas gone round. That's surely going to be a red flag immediately. Sure, no? How are we not getting a red flag for that? They're going to get going again, okay. So, one of the Haas cars almost went round then, so we'll have to take a look at that at the end of the race. But, how on earth have we not... I mean, there were like 5 or 6 cars there completely slowed up by that. But, somehow we're all going to be able to keep going. Who will be the first mechanical failure of this season, chat? That's the other question. Why will it be me? How many seasons do I plan on doing in the Cadillac career mode? Probably until we win the championship, and then I might mix it up again. Pit lap 14? Nah, we don't need to pit that soon. I think sensibly we can make lap 20. But I think now, knowing that most of the AI too stopping as well, we can afford to go a little bit... Not more risky with the tyres, actually probably less risky. Because we know the AI too stopping as well. But Oscar Piastri's doing alright. I think if Max can get back past him, it'll be interesting to see what his pace is going to be like over the next few laps. They are both closing in a little bit. There goes Max again to the outside with the DRS. Is he going to be able to hook it up? Yes, he has. So both of them still battling with each other is really helping us out. Are tyres overheating? That's the other question. No, they're sitting still at 90. Okay. I think I'm running very high front PSI here as well. So it kind of means you don't have as much front end bite. But it does still work quite well. Join us. Join us over on Twitch, buddy. You won't regret it. I'm trying... Now I've moved and we're all settled in, I really want to stream a lot more. As I said before, my goal for Twitch by the end of the year is going to be 10k followers. I think we're closing in on 8,000 at the moment. So, I'm hoping, yeah, if we keep streaming regularly towards the end of the year, hopefully we can get to 10k. I wondered where you'd gone, Dart. Hey, thank you, Nathan. I appreciate it, buddy. Hey, thank you very much, mate. Yeah, see, the move was fairly uneventful for the most part. I thought it might end up being more stressful than it was, but of course, where we weren't obviously basically having to take down one entire house, like the worst bit was just trying to sort out my office. But honestly, that was kind of a bit of a blessing, because the amount of stuff I had in that office that I just wasn't really using anymore, that was like all wired in. There are so few wires now in comparison, which does help with the heat and things as well. So Verstappen then has moved back past Piastri. And he looks to be going quite quickly now on those hards. So it will be interesting to see what Verstappen can do over the next few laps. Whether he'll get to me before we pit is another question. I don't think we could one-stop. I think 50 laps on the hards when the softs will only do 20 is going to be optimistic. I'm probably... I don't know whether to go medium and do like... what would that be? 26 laps each? Or whether we try a set of hards and just try and take them quite far. I think we might try and go hards and just see what we can do with them. Max has clearly been able to make them work. They take a few laps to kind of fire up, but especially now we've got a bit of a buffer. They should be alright, I'd hope. But we'll wait and see. Hey, thank you very much, Kieran, as well, buddy. I appreciate it. Defo don't bottle this lead. Oh, Lewis, you are optimistic there, my friend. I will most likely bottle this lead. Here we go, then. Whoa, no! Oh, as soon as I said it! As soon as I said about bottling it, I gotta make a mistake. Get back on the road. Oh, that's annoying. So we're gonna let 1, 2, and 3 through then. So, yeah, I think we want to go. I think we want to go over to the hard tyres fairly soon. Yeah, we're only at 40% on that front left, but that mistake definitely won't have helped us either. Big error. And I mean, that was one of the corners I said we were likely going to make an error on as well.
Okay, be careful. We think you're going to start losing some tyre grip anytime
God,
now.
that McLaren's got some straight line speed, hasn't it? So, immediately then, we've handed the lead to Verstappen as Tsunoda. Oh, big moment there from Yuki. Is that going to leave him vulnerable through the next couple of corners? He's weaving around all over the show, is Tsunoda. So we'll try and have a look around the outside there. Not quite able to make that one work. Might be able to immediately get a run up the hill, though. Despite losing all those places, we're going to immediately try and recover them. Round the outside of the top of the hill at turn 7. There we go.
They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres, so try to get past.
That's really important as well, because obviously Piastri now isn't inside the range of Max. So we can try and find a way back past Oscar with the DRS run into T1. Then hopefully we can go chase down Verstappen again. Having to get the elbows out, a little bit scary. After showcasing that I am still a professional bottler. But yeah, I think we're not a million miles away from the first round of stops, like we said. I'll be intrigued to know when Piastri dives in. Can we get a run on him, though? Oh, at that final corner. Open up the DRS. Use plenty of battery on the run back in towards turn 1. Easily. Look at that. This Mercedes got some straight line speed.
Good job. Nice overtake.
Had to use a lot of battery, though, to make that happen. And it is not easy to recharge the pack here. Where there just aren't that many big braking zones, a lot of it is like lift and coast. It can be really, really difficult to try and charge at the pack. And obviously you drain a lot of it as well. Unless you leave it in off. So we have got to be careful with that. I think later on we might try and use some DRS strats, but it's not too bad if you're just not melting through it, though, which is the important bit. I do not trust that curb. If you use any of that curb, it just immediately throws the car up. And I'm definitely going to give that turn as well a wider berth. What was that spin about? Lack of skill, as normal? Like every spin I do? Take turn 1 flat, trust me. Not quite sure turn 1 flat will work out well for us. This thing as well, like, where the wing is so high around here, the DRS is super powerful.
To create a gap. They're just starting to pull away from us now. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 13.2 seconds.
God, Antonelli's been a bit mediocre so far, hasn't he? I think he's still down in 10th. Just has not done anything in this Grand Prix up to this point, which is a bit of a shame to see. You know, Mercedes, I'm hoping in this series we'll be able to get back ahead of Ferrari in the Constructors, but you never know what might happen. Oh, come on. There you go, so purple through Sector 1 though. We've definitely still got some speed. When we get... I mean, Sector 1 is definitely our best sector of the lap against the AI, but it's everywhere else where we just lose a little bit. And these tyres now are beginning to feel a little bit loose and lively. I didn't lock the rears, I dipped the rear wheel on the grass. That was how I made that mistake. It's so easy to do through there, because obviously you're trying to transition the car over to the right-hand side, and then obviously you need to flick it into the left-hander. Hey, welcome back, Charlie. Go watch F1, it's on now. I might watch practice at some point. I normally, like, with Friday practice, I just go back and watch the highlights. Like, normally, well, now, technically, I'm working. But normally, obviously, I'm working when practice and stuff is on. And obviously, without Formula 2 and Formula 3 this weekend, I haven't even got, like, their qualifying sessions to watch this evening. Gotta wait for Monza next week. Although, Formula Academy is on this weekend, isn't it? So, I might have to watch those races. Oh, come on. Nice and tidy. It's so tricky to try and get this car exactly where you want it. Just checked it on FP2. Stroll instantly in the wall. That seems about right, Mark. Formula Academy is often hilarious. It's just chaos. Which, it's like every other Formula 4 series in the world. Like, that's just what Formula 4 is. What's my favourite team this year? Because Lewis has gone to Ferrari, I'm technically a Ferrari fan. Not by choice, I should add. You can already start to see a little bit of graining then on that front left. So 51%. I think I could try and undercut. There's a big gap out behind the Sauber. Because obviously it was the Haas and the V-carbs, I think, that got held up from that spinner. No. Oh, that was so close to being a second warning. Yeah, I think we're definitely going to need to pit soon. We should obviously get a huge undercut though on Max, which should be very, very useful. So I would not complain if we can do that. Cheeky Chaz Racing, thank you for the raid, buddy. I appreciate it. What have you been streaming today? Yeah, so I think Verstappen's just got a little bit more speed than me at the moment. So I think we'll... I don't know. Norris is closed back in on Piastri and Tsunoda, but I think these tyres have got a couple more laps in, and maybe one more. We'll do one more. The tyre detailing is quite good. Like, I like the new, wet, like, the track getting wetter and drier. That stuff's really good as well. Like I've said, they've done a lot of things really well on this year's game. It's just a few things that they've done really badly. Oh, yellows, Ferrari! Leclerc! Leclerc span it. Maybe it was a good job that I didn't pit last lap. That could be a safety car or something. Is he going to get back going again? Yes, he does. So, another yellow that ends up remaining without any incident. That's probably good for the greater strategy battle going down. Thank you for the follows. Dark Laser, Cheeky Chaz, Sibbers as well. Thank you. Strolling the wall again. Where has he binned it, out of interest? Like, what corner? Aston Martin prediction for the Grand Prix. Fernando will score, Lance won't. I'm going to say like a Alonso P8, a Stroll 14th or something like that. Oh, I was going to pit, wasn't I? Almost forgot. Don't get done for speeding. You idiot! I deliberately didn't even brake as hard as I needed to as well. Ah.
That's annoying. Okay, off we go. Back into the race. Perfect.
Yeah, we're going to try the hard to take him as far as we can.
Stop time. We're happy with that one.
Oh, man.
You only have to
Turn
stop
4.
once.
Oh, okay.
One stop left.
So we've come back out then. Oh, we've actually come out way further up the order than I thought we would. At least we're still in some clear air. But with the 10-second penalty, we're going to have some work to do later on in this race. I don't think we could take these tyres to the end. But we could either do a fairly calm final stint on mediums, or obviously we could go for quite an aggressive one on softs as well. Even if we just pit sort of around lap 50. I mean, look at the grip we've got over these guys, though. Gasly doing pretty well running that Alpine up inside the points, but looks like everybody is stuck in an Andrea Kimi Antonelli train, so hopefully we can try and find a way around him quite soon. Yeah, turn 4. I know where you mean. Right, come on then, guys. Why are we having a tea party? What's going on here? We've got so much more speed over them. Don't even think it's Antonelli slowing them up. I think it's Sainz. Whoa, that was close to a warning. At least with this 10-second penalty, if we get a safety car or something like that, I can get rid of it. I might have spared in the pit lane. Only slightly. Around the outside of Gasly? No. Not quite going to be able to do that down at turn 1. God, they brake so much. Around the outside, though. Surely we'll find a grip there. Yes, we will. Oh, Sainz struggling off the corner. Double overtake? Okay. Thank you. I mean, if it makes our life a little bit easier, there's Alonso and Antonelli on the hards, so they should be a bit quicker for a little while longer. But as long as we get an undercut on Max, that's the important one. So yeah, I'd rather pit again as well in this race to take that penalty. That's going to be the big one for us. Of course, if we get a safety car or something like that, then I'll definitely pit. But otherwise, I probably want to take the pit stop anyway. Oh, Alonso just braking a little bit earlier than I thought he would. Almost caught us out. But again, we should be able to get the DRS running in back in towards turn 1. Let's wait and see. Come on then, Fernando. Like I say, it's just where you're running such high wing here. The DRS is super powerful. Go defensive all you like, buddy. To the outside of Alonso. And up then into P8 once more of this Grand Prix. Hamilton's doing alright up in P6. He must have had a pretty good start then to get ahead of a few cars. He is on softs though. But hopefully we're going to be able to find a way around Antonelli. I'd hope the tyres are looking good, Mark. We've been on them 2 laps. Why on earth he still does that every single time you pit is annoying. But purple immediately through the first sector. Come on! When is the next F1 25 driver career mode? In 2.5 hours. 6 PM UK time. That'll be going live. Round 1 of Season 3. It's going to be a good one. Actually, to be fair, I've recorded Round 1 and 2 already, and both races are really interesting. Just the whole setup for the new season is quite fascinating. So there you go. There's our September goals. If we get to 100 subs, I will do a stream trying to get the last achievements I need on F1 25. There are 4 more on this game that I need to get. One of them will be a bit more of a grind, but the other 3 are like F1 World stuff. So there's no pre-season video, sadly, for driver career mode. Just because both seasons there hasn't been enough driver moves to really warrant it. So I just kind of jumped straight in with round 1, I'm afraid. Hey, welcome in, Darren. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Come on, Kimmy. You don't know we're battling for the win? We're trying to win a world championship here. Oh, this is risky. Down the inside. Yeah, there you go. 20 lap fresher tyres. We should get that kind of advantage. I mean, look at that. We only... Oh, that's Albon, sorry. I thought we said we were 5 seconds behind Lando then. It's gloves, man. Absolutely. It's man who wants to protect his wheel, man. And save himself lots of money in the long term. Oh, come on, nose in. Go, go, go. Oh, there we go. First car's in then. So I believe that's Oscar. Oscar and Yuki both into the pit lane. So we're going to be comfortably ahead of them. As they've gone for a set of softs. How does Mark not even know who his own drivers are? Mercedes driver in the pit lane. Antonelli's right up my trumpet. How blind is he? Like, what is Mark's obsession with Oscar Piastri in this game? It's so annoying. Just every time anybody does anything, he just gives Oscar the credit. Gotta try and get that line better through there. Will we get... I don't know if we're getting the DRS of Hamilton this time round, but I would assume we're going to see the rest of our soft runners in. Max is still running pretty competitively, though, up front. He's sort of very, very well. I'd say as a small channel, Roger, that's completely normal, buddy. You've just got to work out what people enjoyed about the videos that got 100 views. And then try to emulate those. So, will we see Lewis in? No, he doesn't. Okay. Neither does Lando, actually. So, they're trying to go a little bit further, then, in the Grand Prix. F1 CE is actually easy on the hardest difficulty on controller. F1 CE is just wildly inconsistent. Like, I give F1 25 stick for the AI being up and down in terms of pace. F1 Championship is on another level. Of, like, just how hilariously inconsistent the AI are. One weekend, they're 3 seconds a lap faster. The next weekend, they're 3 seconds a lap slower. F1, at least the F1, like, the modern games, their spread is only, like, they can sometimes be up to about a second a lap faster. And then Monaco was probably, like, the only exception where they're over a second a lap slower. Yeah, I remember having videos that got, like, 10 views when I first started on YouTube. We've all been there. Right, come on, then. Let's see if we can get a run past Lewis. Don't want to use too much battery. I mean, he might dive it into the pit lane. Lando's come in. Yes, he does. So does Albon, actually. So Hamilton's been able to take it as far as some of the medium runners, which is good going.
ERS is low. Consider changing mode on your MFD, or lift a little with gentle braking into corners to recharge it.
So we got 6 seconds then. Yeah, 7 seconds over Oscar, who is like our main rival still in this Grand Prix. How are tyres looking? No, we couldn't get him to the end, but we could probably get him sort of past lap 50, which I think would be good going. We've just got to try and take some time out of Max now. That's the big goal throughout the next few laps. See when Max pits and how much time we can take out of him before then. Because on 20 lap fresher tyres, we should have a decent advantage. Exactly. The best advice I can give you is just be consistent. Whether that's uploading once a day or once a week, just be consistent. Why is Max pitting? Off of hard compound tyres at the end of lap 26. That seems... He's gone to softs. What are the AI doing with their strategy today? It's very, very weird. So Mercedes might have a 1-2 then temporarily. Although I think Max is actually going to come out ahead still. So he's going to be very, very fast now. But we know he will have to pit again before I do. Sonny, thank you for the follow, buddy. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. What is the worst F1 game? Probably 2015. Of the games that I've played, 2015 is probably one of, if not the worst. Oh, come on.
Okay, so the car behind's just come in. They're now on a soft tyre. Soft tyres on the car behind.
So I certainly don't think then that we're going to be able to keep Max at bay. I think we're just going to have to try and manage it ahead of him as best as possible. Two-stop is probably the way to go at Zandvoort. I think you could one-stop it medium to hard. And that wouldn't be a bad choice. But in a 100% event, the two-stop works pretty well here. Thank you for the gifts over on TikTok. I appreciate it.
Andrea's in the pits. Andrea is in the pits.
There you go. Antonelli pitting. Oscar Piastri new fastest lap. It is all kicking off. We're already up over 1/3 distance of this race. We're getting through this one. I think as I've streamed more 100% races, they become easier and easier. Just to kind of run, basically. Like, psychologically. That's what I want to be able to do, just more longer races. So we might be one of the only cars now out on track on hards. So I think if we can keep Max back for a few more laps, that would be very, very useful. I'm not optimistic, but a boy can dream. Will he be able to get a run on me here? Oh, he's closing. He thought about it. Max Verstappen wants to make a move, get back in P1 for the Orange Army. I think for both of us, the goal is going to be finish ahead of those McLarens today. Honestly, that's going to be, like, the main aim. Yeah, Max is going to have me here, though, I think. I can try and go defensive. I can do whatever I want. He's just got too much straight line speed. Look at that. The Dutchman around the outside. Whoa! Send it back in. He had to jump out of the way. Oh, I'll give him a big old squeeze on the exit of the corner as well. Wheel to wheel through turn 3. Oh, he gets out on the curbing. He almost completely collects us on the exit of the corner there as Verstappen will make it through. Oh, that got a little bit scary. Can we get a run up the hill in towards turn 7, though, as we wind our way up through the top of the circuit? No. Not quite able to get the run there. And then a huge wash of understeer from the Red Bull as well. That got a little bit dramatic for a moment. Verstappen there, yeah. Say, I tried to squeeze him out a little bit wide, and then he was so committed around the outside through turn 3 that he almost took us both out, which would have been quite disastrous. Joshy Washy, thank you for the follow, buddy. Well, come on in. Oh, come on. Nose in. I sped into the pit lane. That's why I got a 10-second time penalty. I always forget that Zandvoort in this game is 37, not 50. So I did 43, which is rather stupid. There we go. A little bit of DRS from Max, though. Still useful. And if we could stick in his DRS range, that would be quite handy. I think we are beginning just to struggle. I mean, say, these guys are all on fresher, softer tyres than me. If I was running as quick as Max, then I'd probably be even more confused. But we're trying to play the long game now. We're trying to get nice and deep into this race. So then hopefully we can be a quick car towards the end. That's the main goal. Of course. I'm literally talking about how I can't keep up with Max, and Mark's there going, overtake him, do it now, get on with it. Early stream is evil. I'm sorry, Bradson. I'm sorry to all of the guys who got used to the late evening streams. I did put it on the schedule, though, that this one was going to be at 2 PM. So yeah. Oh, I've read that then as they wanted me to overtake before lap 28. I was going to say, that's going to be impossible on lap 30. Hey, welcome in, HC. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Yeah, definitely, it depends on the track as well, really helps. Like, this is quite a grindy 100% race, I feel like, because it's one of the longer ones in the game. But, yeah, it's alright. To be fair, Zandvoort's a weird one where it feels quite fast, but it's actually not. It's not quite Hungary levels of slow. Or Monaco. But it's not a particularly fast one either. I mean, Max is just, yeah, pulling away from me. Although I think we're maintaining a pretty steady gap to Piastri behind. Tsunoda's still ahead of Lando, who's on another set of mediums. I really cannot work out some of these strategies by the AI. Dexty! Welcome on in, buddy. I hope you're doing well. Isn't it, like, really late over there? But I hope you're doing well, babe. Your race setup series was great. Oh, thank you. So, I'm going to do some updates for those at some point soon. For the dry setups. I've almost finished all the wet ones, though. So, and then I want to do some F2 ones as well. I basically want that channel to be just somewhere people can go and grab setups from. Yeah, thanks, Mark. I'm well aware. Not a lot I can do about that at the moment. On 2-stage harder tyres against Max Verstappen at his home Grand Prix. So, I would expect Verstappen probably to box around lap 45. I'm going to try and go maybe 10 laps longer, and then back to softs towards the end. But of course, with that 10-second penalty as well, we are going to be a fair way behind him. But, you know, a safety car, anything like that, a red flag, could all change this race. So we shall wait and see. Yeah, oh, I've only got used softs. Maybe we want to go mediums then and box with like 20 to go instead. Yeah, I think that might be the play. Because, I mean, yeah, the softs are, like, they shouldn't be that worn out, but you just think you take, like, the best out of them in a qualifying run. So I don't really want to use them if I can avoid it. I am planning on doing an F2 career mode. I've actually got a couple I want to do, to be honest with you, Matt. I want to do a Leo Fornaroli one, just because he's my favourite F2 driver. But Alex Dunn is another one I fancy doing it with. So I might, like, use one of them as a stream series if this is quite successful, and then do the other one differently. I honestly don't know for sure. So yeah, Max is running a bit quicker. Oh, so with this 10-second penalty then, we'd still finish ahead of Lando if things were to end right now. I'm hoping at the very least we can come second. Like, if both Max and I can take points out of Lando and Oscar, that would be pretty good going. I fancy doing it with Alex Dunn. Ugh. Oh, that's a second warning. We've got no more warnings, chat. I always said that corner was going to be a bit dangerous. Just lock the rears up slightly. Oh, yellows. Yellows, yellows. Someone, I believe, is braking down. And I believe that's an Alpine. Could that be a safety car in this Grand Prix? Pierre Gasly out of it.
Okay, they're out of this race.
We had quite a few yellows so far today, but no safety cars so far. And it looks like we're not going to get one now. Although it can change. Ooh, oh, come on. Nose in, nose in. These mediums don't feel bad, but they don't feel great. Maybe I did leave it. I think I left it on just surface, not tyre and surface. So I need to go change that for the next race.
Okay, be aware there's an incident in the next part of the track. No overtaking through the yellow flag.
Well, there we go then. Congratulations if you guessed Pierre Gasly was going to be our first driver to have mechanical failure. Of course, always rely on the French to break down. Will we have it any other way, chat? Hey, welcome in, Dean. Hope you're doing well, buddy. So what will happen, Jack, is they'll release the 2025 F2 roster. I would assume it's coming in September, when they do, like, the big update for the game. So that'll be when we start one of them. Those mediums are hard. Hey? I'm so confused. But thank you for the bit start. When is next Creator Series? Not till the end of September. But I will probably start live streaming those on TikTok as well. I'm basically going to start probably live streaming everything on TikTok, I think. You can't... So basically what they do is you can use the 2025 drivers in, like, Grand Prix mode and stuff, but you cannot port them into career mode. Which is really stupid still. But yeah, you only get the F224 roster in like driver career mode and stuff. So basically, to run a career mode, I have to do it through Grand Prix mode, which is rather frustrating, but it is what it is. Am I still going to continue the Aston Martin career mode? Round 1 of that of next season is going live literally in 2 hours and 20 minutes. I apologise it took a week off. I was hoping, to be honest, the F1 Championship Edition videos would do a bit better. But I think, like, the interest for that game now might be slowly dying. So maybe it means I can quietly move to F1 2010 at some point.
So
we'll wait and see.
By 25.3 seconds.
Come on. Oh, said these mediums are doing okay. Ah, fair enough. My brain hurts. Tyres are confusing. Pirelli are confusing. Well, I hammered a prime an option, man. Those were the good old days. So, yeah, I think Verstappen's just got the bit between his teeth. Like, we're pulling away from Yuki. Gap to Oscar's staying pretty level. I think Verstappen's just gone into, like, super Verstappen mode again. Which you occasionally get on these games, where he basically just gets a few races where he's absolutely wild. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that. He sometimes only does it for like a stint though, so you never know. Ah, DCM Dex! Thank you for the prime, buddy. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. So if you don't know, chat, DCM Dex, unless it's someone with exactly the same name, is probably my oldest friend in the real world. I have no idea how he's put up with me. But we've been friends since we were about 2 years old. Yeah, exactly. We've still got a long way to go in this race. We're only at half distance. A lot can change. And a lot probably will change before the end. But say, I'm just happy to be going quicker than Oscar and Yuki at the moment. I think we put up with each other, don't we? That man deserves a medal, if not a knighthood. Matthias as well. Thank you for the follow, buddy. Welcome on in. Oh, nose in. Come on. So I think if we can just kind of stop Verstappen pulling away, then we should be good. If we can keep that gap like below 10 seconds. But I say, I think even, obviously, if we serve that penalty, we'll hopefully still be ahead of... we won't be ahead, but we'll be near Oscar and stuff. When it comes time to it. No, so if you've got Amazon Prime, it's through that. You get one free sub with Prime, I believe. Yeah, so far, I must admit, this race, I wouldn't say flown by, but it's felt pretty quick. I want to take a look at a couple of the incidents when we get to the end, but I can't remember when they were. And often, like, if you try and look at a replay for an 100% race, it completely just corrupts the whole game. And I don't really want to lose this entire race. So I've got to be careful. I'm slowly learning more about Twitch. I feel I probably ought to. Hey, welcome on in, Evan. Hope you're doing well, buddy. What is your worst race on the whole of the F1 calendar? Well, there's a reason I normally get rid of Zandvoort and Hungary. Zandvoort, to be fair, this race has been better than I thought it would be. But normally it's these two I ditch because they're awful. Ah, Jake, you're too kind. Oh, no. Are we running... Oh, no, we're not. Are we running low on fuel? Oh, chat, I did not think about that. We are burning through more fuel than we expected to in the opening half of this Grand Prix. I don't know how we are, but we are. How much extra fuel did I put in at the start? That's quite scary. So we might have to manage that towards the end. I'm not going to worry about it for a little while longer, because we might end up with a safety car or something like that. But that's a little bit nerve-wracking that at barely just over half distance, the fuel warnings come on. And Verstappen is still pulling away. He's running like a second a lap quicker than Yuki at the moment. Like, Yuki and Lando are just dropping away. Piastri is basically just staying level. Are we already lapping someone? Who's going a lap down? 40 laps in. Yeah, Miami's another one. It's often a lot of the sprint races I get rid of. So Miami and Shanghai are normally two I'm always happy to drop. You would technically get the prize, yes. But I think Toast is our closest member. And I think he's like a third of the way there to the 1 million points. And he's been, like, actively following for over 3 years, I want to say, or nearly 3 years. Yeah, we've been streaming for... no, it's about 2.5 years we've been streaming, isn't it, chat? I think it was May 2023 we started streaming a bit more actively. Oh, come on, nose in. Nose in. Ugh. Back end wants to try and play games. Oswell, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Yeah, like Miami, Shanghai, Zandvoort, Hungary. What other ones am I always happy to get rid of? Baku I did on F124, but it's a good track on F125, so I normally keep it in now. Kota's another one I'll always happily get rid of. Because, again, sprint weekend, it's just quite a long race. So there are definitely a few that I'm always happy to drop off the calendar. Alright, come on then. 9.1. When is Max going to box? Yeah, if they end the race now, we'd come third, which honestly I'd be quite happy about. I think we can get ahead of Oscar, though, even with the penalty. The worst thing that could possibly happen is that we get a red flag before I pit. That would basically be game over for us, because obviously we wouldn't get rid of the penalty, and then we'd be going to the end. So unless we could get back ahead of Max off the restart and pull away, which I would not be optimistic, we'd also probably be even more trouble with fuel. Because for some reason, normally when you get a red flag on this game, the fuel, like, they take a load out of the fuel tank. It doesn't simulate very well. Thank you, Ollie. I assume he's the one that spanned then early on, or got caught up in it. It was definitely a Haas car.
Okay, we've got 31 laps.
Oh, he gave me DRS as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, welcome in, Adam. Yeah, I might have sped into the pit lane. It's because they've upped the pit lane speed limit, IRL, this weekend, haven't they? So it used to be 37 and now it's 50. So I assumed EA would do their job and it'd be 50 in-game. So I got down to 43 miles an hour, but I was 6 too high rather than 6 too low. Which is rather annoying. But yeah, it wouldn't be a Matt212 race without a penalty. Ugh! Maybe another one. Ugh. I'm on 2 warnings as well, so I'm trying to keep it clean. But I'm going to take that penalty when we pit again. And hopefully we're still going to come out ahead of Oscar. McLaren have not been dominant here. They reported it, didn't they? Earlier on in the week. That Zandvoort was going to be 50 mile an hour. It's basically to try and incentivize a 2-stop strategy. Because obviously if the cars are running, what, 30% quicker through the pit lane, hopefully it'll obviously mean that more... I mean, it probably won't change anything, to be honest, because it very rarely does, but it might make the strategy a little bit more interesting. Hey, welcome in, Dean. Hope you're doing well, buddy. And TH3 King. Yeah, so we are losing to Max each lap, but not by much. But we're pulling away from Oscar. So we're not doing badly. We're just kind of having like a quintessential F125 race. Although I don't think it's going to be long before the AI pit. So we have got to be a bit careful of like an undercut or something like that. Although, I don't think Oscar will undercut me, but he might just get... Well, actually, no, with the 10-second penalty, he would, wouldn't he? So we have got to be a bit careful. I mean, we've already showcased today that you can overtake on track here. So, like, it's not going to be a major problem if he does. But it just isn't going to be easy either. Come on, 9.7 now to Max. I need him to get done for speeding in the pit lane. That'd be useful.
We're approaching the pit window, and you're going to be on mediums.
Come on. So I think, yeah, if we can go... I don't know if I want to get all the way to lap 50. I think it will depend on when the AI pit. We might want to box sort of around lap 48. Do 20 laps on softs, 28 on hard, and then 24 on medium. Get some nice averages in there. What are these up to, out of interest? 40%, so... Not doing badly. Fuel, we are 0.1 laps down now. That's the other thing as well. Like, we might have to fuel save towards the end, so I definitely want that penalty got rid of. That way, obviously, if we need to park the bus on Oscar or something like that, then we can do. It would have been fascinating had I not span, because we'd probably be desperately trying to defend from Max as well, which should be really, really tricky. Yeah, it's not time to box just yet. The mediums would not be fun to the end, not with 30 laps to go. So I'm kind of waiting for when the AI pit. We're going to try and sort of do it around there. That's normally what happens whenever I used to do open lobbies, where people would just aim for me at turn 1.
Gap to your teammate behind.
Hence why open lobbies is one of our sub-targets for this. Otherwise, I just don't do them. I did get the 10-second penalty on pit entry, Liam.
Okay, so
because I'm an idiot.
7 laps of fuel remaining. 27 laps.
In case these tyres fall off, though, we will save a little bit more fuel. Oh, we've got yellows. We've got yellows. Is that someone just letting Max through? Yes. I think it was just... I think that was Ocon letting Max through. I say I'm just on high alert in case we get a red flag. Because then we will be in trouble. So tricky.
You've got a gap of around 10 seconds until you reach the next car. Keep pushing.
Yeah, 10 seconds in front and behind now. This is... I mean, this is kind of like a normal Zandvoort Grand Prix now, isn't it? The first few laps are quite interesting, but since then, everybody's kind of just settled out. Hey, welcome in, Speed Gamer. Hope you're doing well, buddy.
Best in lap you can.
Oh, no, we're not pitting yet. We're going to extend this stint a bit further, Mark. Yeah, so Sonoda's struggling a bit more. Lando's slowly closing back in on him. I guess the good thing is as well with the fuel is we are burning through a little bit more, but it's not much every lap. Like if we had a safety car, it would completely save us. But we should be able to save that fuel up in the last few if I need to. But all of this is good to know. It is a learning curve. It feels like a little bit of a lonely race, but we're doing alright.
Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach and make sure you don't speed.
I sometimes don't mind races like this at the moment. Like, as long as we get something a little bit more interesting towards the end. Like if Max goes back to us at hards or tries to take these softs ridiculously far or something. I mean, we're going to be 20 seconds behind him with 25 laps to go. It's going to be difficult to get back to him, but you never know what might happen. You could end up with a fault or something like that. Oh, come on. Nose in. Thank you. Oh, there we go. Oscar and Yuki in. Oscar going to mediums to the end. So Lando will be given that track space, so... Oscar... Oh, we don't even get to see Oscar on the Delta, so I don't know how far behind me he is. Don't know where he's come back out in this race. That's a bit annoying. I'm sure we're going to see a low more AI pit, but if we can just have slightly fresher tyres, a little bit of an advantage,
So we're expecting
I'd be
rain
quite
for
happy.
about 10 to 15 minutes.
Sorry? Well, that was never expected. Rain? Oh, it did say, didn't it? Right at the end, it was like the percentage was going up massively. Oh, that's tricky then. Do we try and stay out here? I think we've got to. What are we on? 45% wear. We can easily take these tires a few more laps. I think we've got to. If we want a chance of beating Max here, we've got to try it, haven't we? It'll just be when that rain comes. Yeah, we'll try it. We'll try it, I think. Because this is like the only way we could get back into a race victory. I think is going to be the big thing. Oh, suddenly this race then getting a little bit more spicy. Just when we thought it was calming down. And potentially being a fairly lonely drive to the flag.
Okay, George. We need to save some ERS. So
My name's not George.
You know about to charge it up.
Oh, come on. We've got a lot of lap cars now, just in front. Hoping they all get out of the way. Ooh, ah. That's why you don't cut the inside of that corner.
And you're down to 24 laps of fuel remaining.
Thank you. Thank you, Dan. I'm going to get Dan over as my race engineer from now on. If Lando wins the title IRL, I'll drop a sub. I'm going to get that screenshot. Can you replace Hayden as the Create Series GOAT? Hayden gets a lot less track limits penalties than I do, but I also bring out a lot less safety cars. So there's swings and roundabouts between the two of us. Well, I'm hoping maybe Max gained a bit of time, obviously, through getting DRS off some of these AI. Ugh. Come on. How far is Max taking those softs, man? Why is that just flashed up? Are we good? I think we're good. I don't know. Nico, thank you for the follow, buddy. Welcome on in. I hope you're doing well. If Hayden now's quit, I need someone else to support. I will be that person. I am alongside Hayden. I probably need the most support. Thank you, Jack. I appreciate you, buddy. Oh, we got yellows. Is that just, again, someone letting me through? Yes. I gotta stop believing it. So the rain as well will hopefully help with the fuel saving. Because obviously you'll burn less fuel each lap. Liam Lawson, thank you. Give me that DRS. Wonderful. Oh, we've got DRS again. It hasn't happened in ages. It's beautiful. And even some of the AI getting out of the way as well. We love it. Do you think you'll race next season in Create Series? I've signed up for it, so I hope so. Oh, come on. I thought... I hate it when I do that. The amount of times I see like a car in front. I was like, oh, Max has made an error. We're closing in on him. And then obviously remember we're lapping cars. And I just think I'm such a moron, because I know full well I'm lapping cars. Well, I just forget about it temporarily. Right, will we get DRS off Bortoletto? We might have done. Have we? No. That's annoying. So just those extra few tenths that could be very useful. Everybody's a Hayden Gullis fan. Even if they say they're not, they are. Thank you, Gabri. Another... little bit of DRS. When's Max going to pit then? That's the real question. There he is. Max into the pit lane. So he took a set of softs as far as he took a set of hards earlier on. How weird is that? But the big question is now, will we have a 10-second gap over him if the rain arrives? Going to keep trying to drag these tyres out. Oh, that's not the right one.
Head down.
Ugh.
Okay, expect to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now.
Oh,
Drives definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
The last thing I want, though, is the rain to, like, rock up with, like, 5 laps to go and then we never need to make the switch. That's the horrible gamble at the moment, is Max is on another set of softs. So he's going to close in rather rapidly on me. Say, as long as we can get these hards to that wet period, if it gets wet enough, then we're going to, I think, have made a net gain in all of this, but it's still difficult. But we are back into the lead of the Grand Prix for now.
Okay, we've got 21 laps of fuel left. 21 laps.
Oh, I thought that could have been the rain then, but apparently not. So I'd be quite surprised. It is only meant to still... I mean, 10 minutes away would be 8 laps. So that would give us 13 laps to go. Which would be interesting. Everybody loves Gwatz. Gwatz is so funny, man. He's just a great guy as well. But he's so funny.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 35.8 seconds.
Everybody is a Gwatz fan. If Gwatz has no more fans, then I'm dead. It's the only logical explanation. Oh, there we go. Kimi Antonelli back in.
Okay,
Haven't seen
Andrea
much of
coming in
him.
for a stop now.
Oh, he was running up in like 4th. I hadn't even spotted that. Go on, Kimi. As long as he gets some good points for the team, I'm hoping we'll beat Mercedes in the Ferrari in the constructors. That's the other goal that we want to have by the end of the season. Because we're only like 30 or 40 points behind them, I think. Max is cooking, man. All of the AI going so much quicker than us. I don't think, even if we are able to get these to the wet period, I don't think we'll stay ahead of Max. Do I speak with James? Which James? James Early? If so, yes. Yes, I do. Quite regularly. Gotta love my boy James Early. Ben is so clear of everybody. This last season of Create Series is the first one that Ben has never won in, which is wild. I've now not won a race in as many series as Create Series as Ben has. Or every season of Create Series I've competed in, Ben has never won. Clearly, I am the pressure that Ben cannot handle. It's the only logical explanation. Who's my favourite driver? Lewis Hamilton. Always been a fan of Lewis. Yeah, I'm at the point now where I really want that rain to arrive.
Probably dropping due to wear, so don't be too aggressive. We think we might see some
Oh,
rain.
no.
ETA about 15 minutes.
Come on!
Dries seem like the best tyre for now.
Oh, we can't wait for that. They should do Wolf Patch. You might have to tweak a few little bits and pieces, but they should be pretty good on controller as well. They're meant to be like safe setups that anybody can use.
The car behind's tyres
Any
with a much
plans
better
to go any
condition,
24-hour
so
challenges
keep
soon?
an eye on their times.
So apparently Le Mans 24 might be on iRacing towards the end of the year, so I might do that depending on when it is. I know Matt212 and I got a few things coming up on weekends, so it might make it difficult. But if I can, then I will. Oh, see, look at that. The Aston Martin I've lapped, and they're now closing back in on me. Any plans to get Matt212 in a 24-hour race? I'm sure we might go to an endurance race at some point, but I don't think I'll ever get it to do one in a game. Alright, I'm going to have to try and save the battery. I want to get the objective. I want to get our driver rating up. Oh, we're about to get unlapped by an Aston. Who's that? Is that Stroll? Oh, I've been unlapped by Lance Stroll.
Fuel remaining.
That might be the most embarrassing thing I've ever done.
Okay,
There we go.
nice work. Really good job with that target.
God,
mate.
Max is only 4 seconds back now. I'm not entirely convinced this was the right strategy. I mean, we've kind of laid our bed now. We've got to keep it going with 17 laps to go, but I'm a little bit nervous this wasn't the right way to go.
5 minutes until rainfall expected.
Oh, that's good.
5 minutes until rain. Dries definitely seem like the
So the
fastest
team have
car
got
in the
no idea when that rain's rolling in then. 1 minute they're saying it's 15 minutes away, the next minute they're saying it's 2. We've just got no idea at this stage. Horvey? Oh, come on in. Thank you for the follow, buddy. I got the 10 second by speeding on pit lane entry. I forgot it's 37, not 50. But, say, when we
Rain's a
pit...
few lap outs yet, but it is coming, so be careful.
Oh, there we go. So team do believe the rain's on its way then. I think if we can keep Max back until that rain arrives, then I'll call that a success. I think, though, he should be rapid towards the end of this race, though. Obviously, because we know how good the AI are in intermediate conditions, so... I think unless Max makes an error or bins it or messes up his strategy, I don't think we're going to beat him. But if we can just give him a run for his money towards the end. I mean, how typical is it? George Russell and Verstappen going for the win at the Dutch Grand Prix. This would be absolute fireworks if this is what happens over the weekend. And I would be all for it. Come on. Really just trying to hit my marks towards the end. It's been a good race, though. I'm hoping these last few laps are exciting. Just run Max into a wall. I'm not afraid to get the elbows out with him. Let's just put it that way. George Russell wants his second win of the year if he can get it. What level do I have? 110 AI. Absolutely maxed out. Come on, Rain. I mean, Lance is just no slower than me. I might let... Oh, no, I don't want to let him back through again, do I? Because otherwise he'll just have to let us by. But maybe he can hold up Max a little bit. Maybe? I'm not optimistic now. Immediately. As soon as I mention it, Lance drops the spot. So that's the other thing, chat. We've still got to be careful with fuel. We are still dropping back a little bit more each lap.
Down to 15 laps of fuel left now.
So yeah, we're about half a lap under. Which we should hopefully, like I said, save back up in the inters towards the end. But it's not going to be easy. There is Verstappen, though. He has closed in on us. So now we've got to start getting the elbows out. Start being a bit strategic with the battery. I would assume this is going to be a circuit where once it starts raining, the wet tyre is... Oh, sorry, the intermediate is going to be the tyre you want pretty quickly. There's not much room for error around this venue. Right, are we going to be able to do anything to defend from Verstappen? Down the outside in towards turn 1.
Okay, we lost the position. Try to keep...
No, we didn't, Mark. No, we did not. Get the elbows out through that first corner. And immediately we will hang on, whoa, to the spot as Verstappen immediately wants to look for it down at the hairpin. Not going to happen there, though. Right, come on, come on, come on. We just got to be strategic with where we use the battery. I might have to just start saving a little bit of fuel as well. Curb. Right, nice and tidy. This is now beginning to feel a little bit like a league race. I mean, look at that. You just see him in your mirror, filling it up. Oh, he's not going to get run of me here, is he? Yes, he's going to try. Verstappen down the outside. Not going to happen there, sunshine. We'll squeeze him out again. Come on. He can save just a little bit of fuel this lap. When's that rain going to arrive, though? That's all I want.
Watch the conditions. We think there's rain coming pretty soon. Be careful.
Yes.
Like the best tire
Oh, Max has got even more speed that time. Come on. Problem is, of course, for him is he's got to brake earlier into one because he's carrying a lot more speed in. Oh, he wanted to try and hook it up around the outside. Stroll's got a good spot for all this going on. So just try and lift and coast a little bit wherever we can. This is going to be the widest Mercedes you ever did see. But we've got to make it as wide as we can. I assume it's up through here we're losing loads of fuel. No, the game reckons we should be flat through there as well, so... dipped a wheel on the grass. Careful. Oh, Max again trying to have a look for it. I mean, it's hilarious the fact that Lance Stroll is just sat in watching this. Ugh, that's not the line. I've got to be careful, though. I don't want to drop back behind Oscar when we do pit. So I have got to be quite strategic. Oh, Max! Oh, he wanted to have a look again. He wants to go for it anywhere he can. Desperately wants another victory this season. Hasn't won a race since... When was the last time he won a race this year? When did Max Verstappen last win a Grand Prix, chat? Why is my mind blanking on this? I know he won Japan. That wasn't it, was it? He won another one. Imola? No, didn't win Imola. Wait, did Max win Imola? I honestly can't remember. Yeah, he did win Imola. Imola and Japan have been his 2 wins this year. Come on. We are saving a little bit of fuel, but say Oscar's taking so much time out of us. I don't want Oscar to be within 10 seconds when I pit. When's that rain? Come on, give me a rain game. Ugh. Oh, yellows. Wait, what's going on there? Is this... Wait?
Okay, clear.
Has Lance let someone else through? I'm so confused. 12 laps to go. We are desperately waiting on that rain because these tyres are feeling shot now. They are not good at this stage. But we have got to keep managing them. We have got to try and get them to the flag. Well, I suppose we could take them to the flag if we needed to. Wasn't exactly what I planned to do today, but if we get forced into it, then I might have to, as here comes Verstappen again. Luckily, that time around, we hold it around the outside. Just couldn't get close enough on the brakes. I mean, we're barely braking into there anymore. Ooh! Ooh! Oh, there's the rain. Oh, that'll explain why we had the moment of oversteer then. So I reckon this could be a 1 lap and you're in. This could be immediately the track gets quite wet. We'll have to wait and see. How much will we struggle through these next few corners? Just over 10 laps to go. And it feels like there are still twists and turns in this race. Oh, come on. This has been vintage Verstappen versus Russell. The beef lives on inside this game. I think we are in puncture territory as well. Not quite, actually. I think it's anything over 75. We haven't been putting much through these hard tyres over the last couple of laps. I mean, it immediately feels slippery, but I don't think it's wet enough. I think we're going to have to go at least 1 more. Yeah, I mean, we're not really struggling for grip there, are we? Come on, little Mercedes. Got to try to avoid that bump on the outside as here comes Verstappen again. Huge speed in towards turn 1. But again, we just are able to hang on to it down the inside. Ooh, again, Max trying to hold it the long way around, but we just might get the car in front. P-Money and Dean, thank you for the follows. I got a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Oh, that's normally the choice then. That normally means we're on the wrong tyres. We are getting closer and closer to this crossover. But I mean, that corner's still completely flat. So we can't be that close to it just yet. I mean, at the rate we're going, chat, by doing this strategy, we have saved ourselves no time in this Grand Prix. Oscar was about 10 seconds behind when he pit. He's now only 12 seconds behind again. That's how difficult this is get to manage towards the end. Oh, come on. I just am waiting for the intermediate to be the right tyre. We know we can do it. We know it's going to happen. We got lapped cars now queuing up behind. Oh, this is going to be bad. I think Max is going to have me this time, and there's not going to be a lot I can do about it. Yeah, way too fast. Sauber even wanted to try and have a look around the outside. Yeah, but Verstappen, I mean, he's going to pull away, isn't he, rapidly. These hard tyres, we took the gamble. I wanted to try and keep Verstappen close, but it's just not going to happen for us at the moment. I think we've got to be getting right towards that pit stop, that overlap, though.
Be careful on those slicks. These conditions are making the line a bit greasy, but we're still nowhere near the changeover point.
Yeah, I think we're getting towards that changeover point. I mean, from here, the AI might genuinely not box for inters, which would be fascinating if one of them doesn't. But, oh yeah, the team still reckon it's a little bit further out. Still inclined to believe them, but these tyres are feeling very second-hand. I don't think Alonso's getting a podium. Oh, come on. Where's the grip gone? Is it time? Nah, the tyres are still gripping up on corner exit. They're just hanging on the... Oh, in there.
We're seeing cars start to struggle in these conditions. If we pit for inters now, we're going to be too slow and we'll burn them out. Make the best
Yeah,
of it for the time
I think we've got to try and stay out at least one more. Here comes the Sauber. Oh, yeah, definitely struggling. Come on, 9 laps to go of this race. Verstappen pulled like 2 seconds on that last lap. I mean, like I said, it's still the thing about the fuel as well. I was hoping we get a safety car.
He's a second a lap faster than you.
I know he is. I'm watching him pull away, Mark. Don't tell me that. I'm just trying to hang on. Trying to keep this thing on the island at the moment. Wow.
Okay, gap to the car behind, 10 seconds.
Yeah, I think we need to pit. I don't know. We're definitely getting slower, aren't we? But I don't know if it's just the tyres. Because they are very second-hand.
And that's 8 laps of fuel remaining.
Do we pit, chat? I think... how far off are we? I don't even know how far off we are. Don't know what the delta is. I just think... Ooh, apart from that final corner, there's just a bit too much grip still on the circuit. Although we are going to be... What's that? About 5 seconds off the pace, so... We are definitely getting there. We are not far away from that crossover.
Gap to your teammate behind.
Is it box this time? Oh, we're starting to see a few little splashes on the circuit. That's normally a good sign that it's time to box. I think we're going to make the call this lap. We're going to take that penalty. We're going to come back out in third. Yeah, I reckon now is the time. Still 0.3 under on fuel. Oh, of course! Yeah, no. What other team think? No. They reckon exactly the same as what I've just said. So will we see Verstappen in then at the end of this lap? I thought last lap we might be getting there. But I felt like it was just 1 lap too soon. In. Ugh! That was bad. Thing is, I want to stay out ahead of Oscar.
Pit now.
Yeah, team definitely think it's time. Will Max do the same, though? It'd be so fascinating if he doesn't. If Max tries to stay out to the end, that's going to be such a brave call. Let's wait and see, though. Does Max stay out? Oh, the Dutchman. Yes, he does stay out. Very interesting, then. So, either the team think I'm having a skill issue. Make sure I don't speed again. But we'll take that penalty. We're still going to be out a long way ahead of Yuki and Lando, I think. I hope. I don't know when we started serving the penalty. But on to the inters we go. Hopefully at some point in the next 20 minutes. There goes Oscar. Come on.
Okay, mate, that's it. Go.
So I think we should still be out ahead of Yuki. V-carb's in. So we are starting to see some cars in there. And I think AI are going to be really struggling.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
Oh, that immediately feels better. There's some grip on these tyres. 7 laps remaining of this Grand Prix. We get out just ahead of Yuki, and hopefully we're going to be able to pull away from him nice and quickly. Look at that, immediately. We're gaining a few tenths on him.
Andrea's in the pits.
Yeah, loads of AI in, so let's see if we can obviously effectively get back ahead of Oscar. Try and undercut him, and then hang on to the spot towards the end. Verstappen, how much time are we taking out of the Dutchman? Not enough. Definitely going quicker, but yeah, we're certainly not going to take like 10 seconds out of him or anything like that. Has DRS been disabled yet? I don't think it has. We were not that much quicker than the AI. We definitely are going quicker. Verstappen staying out again. Oh, this is a big call by the Dutchman as DRS is still enabled, so I guess that makes sense for him. Oh, we've got to be so careful. So careful on these tyres. Oscar's staying out as well. Surely the AI aren't trying to stretch this to the end. Surely they are not going to try and make this work to the checkered flag. I mean, for Oscar, it might be a good way to lock up P2. Because that lap, we've only gone about 2 seconds faster. But the track is deteriorating, but we are seeing a lot of AI not pit yet. What is going on with the strategy towards the end of this race? I have to wait and see what our lap times are. I mean, it would be hilarious if they both opted to stay out. And we managed to make the undercut work. There you go, DRS disabled. Surely this time around then we'll see some of them in. We could be close to Verstappen here. He is really struggling on those tyres.
Fuel remaining, 5
I don't know how much time you lose in the pit stops, but we could be quite close to him still. And obviously we'll have the tyres up to temperature. Lawson, thank you. Out of the way he goes. We should definitely be ahead of Oscar again. But suddenly this race has got fascinating right towards the very end. I've still got to try and save some fuel though. We cannot forget that. But we are getting it back to where we need it. Is Verstappen in? Verstappen is in. Oscar Piastri surely will be diving in as well then. Come the end of this lap. Come on. Nose in. Nose in. Is Oscar in? Surely. No, Oscar's staying out again! What is Piastri trying to do here? Towards the end of the Grand Prix, he went about 5 seconds slower than me on this lap. But he's still trying to make it happen. No, he's not. I don't know who he's on about. Max is still going to be out ahead of me by a good sort of 10 seconds or so, I think. Just under. But Oscar Piastri, this is such a gamble by the Australian here to try and make this work towards the end. Tsunoda hasn't pit yet. Norris hasn't pit yet. But if Oscar Piastri can do this today, that is going to be a huge help for him in the World Championship. Surely he's got to pit in, though, at the end of this lap. Tsunoda's not in, though. And neither is Lando Norris. I mean, if Verstappen got held up behind him, we could potentially... I mean, dare I believe that we could still win this race. We're going quicker than Max still around this part of the circuit. So I think, yeah, our pace on a track that's getting wetter and wetter, our pace is still pretty good. It's just when it kind of stagnates, that's going to be where we struggle a bit more. Yeah, 5 laps to go is normally about where they could consider staying out to the end. This is so tricky. Towards checkered flag, I've got to make sure I don't pick up a penalty, whatever I do. But, I mean, Oscar's going so slowly. Max has caught up to him here. Surely Oscar has to dive it in now. Surely he can't try and stretch this to the flag. Yes, there he goes. Into the pit lane for Oscar Piastri. It's a shame he couldn't hold up Max a bit more for me. But we're going to be out comfortably ahead then of the McLaren. It was a valiant effort to try and make it happen. But ultimately, yeah, he's got to think about the bigger picture. He's got to think about the championship relative to his teammate here. That's the one he's got to be focused on, as he'll still come through for a podium unless something crazy happens. Tsunoda in as well. None of the AI, I don't think, believe they can make it to the checkered flag. But for Verstappen, that 10-second penalty, chat, might be the difference between him and I come the checkered flag. Was the speeding in the pit lane ultimately the thing that's going to cost us here by the end? So tricky to tell. Oh, no, that's a penalty. Oh, that's annoying. I was hoping we get through this one without picking up one in the end. Obviously, apart from the one we got for speeding. But unless we lose bags of time to Oscar, I don't think that's going to make much difference. Antonelli's up to 5th. So Lando's having a stinker towards the end of this race as well. Oh, come on. Come on. Hey, welcome on in, Smurf. I hope you're doing well, buddy. It has been a fantastic race up to this point, let me tell you. A lot of strategy, a lot of mix-ups. We've had many different drivers looking like they were the fastest one on the road, but with 3 laps remaining, I think it is going to be Verstappen. After not winning his home Grand Prix last year, I think he's going to be back on the top step of the podium this weekend. Oh, easy does it. Easy does it. We've got a 13-second gap to Oscar, so we shouldn't come under threat from him. We're not saving up much fuel, though, so I've got to be careful with that. We need to lift and coast, I think, these last 3 laps. We're burning through a bit more fuel than I was expecting us to in these intermediate conditions. So, as long as we don't lose all that gap to Oscar Piastri here, we're gonna drop back further behind Max. That's okay, though. As long as we just need to save the fuel, otherwise we lose way more than 10 seconds on the checkered flag. I mean, you can see how quickly we can save a little bit of it. Oh, come on. Nice and tidy. I mean, Zandvoort in intermediate conditions has got to be arguably the worst combo. Like, for the AI being OP. So difficult towards the end of this race, but as long as we can save about 0.1 laps worth of fuel each time round, we should be okay. Just lift and coast, nice and easy. As long as we can get that fuel back where we need it. See, we seem to be burning through a little bit more through that final corner still. I'm going to try not to run out of fuel if we can avoid it. Big lift in towards turn 1. I mean, we can afford to lose like 4 seconds a lap to Oscar. But I'm sure McLaren will be on the radio telling him that we are struggling towards the end of this race. That we are trying to fuel save. I was expecting that we could get a safety car this afternoon, but it has not happened. I mean, how much have we've saved pretty much exactly what we needed to on that last lap. So we've just got to keep doing more of that towards the end. Just completely lift out, but don't brake. I mean, you just see we gain fuel back in huge chunks when we do that. But obviously it's not consistent. But Verstappen, though, I tell you what, I thought the hard tyres at the start, he lost the lead early on. But, yeah, I think it's basically just been him and I that have led laps in this Grand Prix. But it has been very, very interesting right from the get-go. Or minus 1.15 laps worth of fuel, though. Come on. Gotta get it down under 0.1 by the end of this lap. We cannot lose the place to Oscar. That's what I've got to be careful of as well. Even if we run out of fuel through these final couple of corners, I'm going to drain the battery and try to make sure we keep that gap. I'm just monitoring it to Oscar here. Trying to be sensible. Trying to stay out of trouble. One more lap to go with the Dutch Grand Prix, and I tell you what, if the Grand Prix IRL this weekend is as good as this, I think we're in for a pretty good Dutch Grand Prix. Not the greatest one of all time, but this race has been rather entertaining when it comes to the strategy and everything like that here. Oscar Piastri effectively now 5 seconds behind me. We'll drain a bit of the battery up through the top of the hill.
20 minutes of light rain.
But I mean, this is similar to what we could see IRL this weekend. I think that's the big thing, isn't it? Is it could be a rather interesting one. And obviously with Lando way down the order, it helps us take a lot of points out of him in the World Championship as well. We'll take a look at the point standings when we get to the end of this Grand Prix there. We're basically fine on fuel now. But Max Verstappen, he has battled his way through against George Russell today. And the Dutchman, for the first time since Imola, he's going to be back on the top step of a Formula 1 podium. It has been a long time coming for him, but in front of the home crowd, I'm sure he wouldn't have it any other way. Max Verstappen will win the Dutch Grand Prix here at Zandvoort for the 4th time in 5 years. Through the final quarter, though, George Russell and Mercedes, after a great start, we didn't quite have the speed, we didn't quite have the strategy. One little mistake as well. It is going to be P2.
Yes, and that's a podium. Excellent drive. The whole team.
Oh, happy we held on. Happy we held on ahead of Oscar.
Fantastic reward. Well done.
Oh, Hamilton driver of the day.
The checkered flag is out.
They cut George off. They don't even want to hear him.
Because it's victory for Max Verstappen.
Fair play, Max. He deserved that one, to be fair to him. He did deserve that one. Has Hamilton stacked it as well, is he? I know that Lance did, but I didn't see that Lewis had. Oh, there we go. That's going to make our championship interesting. Hey, Duncan Hovland, thank you for the raid, buddy. You've come just at the wrong time. We've literally just finished our race, but I hope you've had a good stream, mate. Oh.
It's points and a trip to the podium.
Oh, Hamilton did that in Sector 2, did he? Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, to be fair, chat, the main goal, like I said, is going to be try and take points out of McLaren. Admittedly, it's only 3 out of Oscar, but it is still 3 points out of him, which is important, and a lot more out of Lando, which is very helpful towards the end of the race. But yeah, that was really good fun. I've enjoyed that one. I've had a lot of fun with it. I guess the next one obviously be at Monza next weekend, and then we'll have a 1 week off, and then Baku, and then 1 week off, and then Singapore, isn't it? I don't think there's any hilarious breaks this year.
But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula 1.
Well, there we are then. Max Verstappen takes the victory ahead of George Russell. Oscar Piastri in 3rd ahead of Tsunoda. I'll make sure I get a screenshot of that so I don't forget it. On today, Kimi Antonelli, Lewis Hamilton, Lando Norris, Albon, Alonso, and Charles Leclerc rounding out your top 10. So there we go. That's exactly what the final results are going to look like from this weekend's GP as well. Sainz narrowly misses out ahead of Hulkenberg, who was a lap down. And then you can see it was just Pierre Gasly that failed to see the checkered flag. Let's take a look. What happened? Actually, no, we'll do results first, and then we'll take a look at what happened to Ocon. So someone remember that. Someone remember that top 10 for me. Actually, I can do it because I can go like this. I can go like that, and then I can go like that, and then I can go. Where is it? F125 GR63. Is that it? Is that the one? There we go. That's the one, chat. So let me go like this quickly. I'm trying to be a professional streamer now, with all his random bits and pieces. I want to tab out. There we go. I want to go. Where's Sheets? It's Google Sheets. Google Chrome. Here we go. I know what we should be doing. What we should be doing as I get this going is... there's Google Sheets. I should be getting my Anthem back on, shouldn't I? So, where am I going? Getting my Anthem going, chat. GR63 World Champion. We'll go like that then. Right, let's key in our points to some banging tunes. So, Oscar Piastri... So, this points table is very, very basic setup. So, Oscar gets 15. Lando gets 6. Max gets 25. Oh, no, that's 26. We get 18. Leclerc gets 1. Hamilton gets 8. So, I didn't even realise that he'd beat... by the end. Antonelli gets 10. That's good for him. Gives him a bit of a buffer over Albon overall. Albon gets 4. And then Alonso gets 2. So he's now ahead of Ocon. I believe that's all of them. 25, 18, 15. Oh no, who came 4th? Tsunoda. Oh, Tsunoda's going to rocket up the order by the end. Because obviously his AI is not as bad. 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 1. There we go. So everybody else gets 0. Oh, no, I gave Alonso 0. So... So let's take a look then. What does that do to our championship? Wait, how do I stop the music, chat? Let's stop with the music now. So, Oscar still leads then, 299 points. Lando second on 281, so a bit disappointing for him that obviously he's dropped away a little bit with that result. Verstappen obviously 87 back now, so he's a bit closer than he was. We are on 190 points though, so 109 still back from Oscar with 9 races left of the championship. It's going to be a tall order, but I want to believe. Charles Leclerc still in P5 ahead of Hamilton. Antonelli now with a bit more of a buffer ahead of Albon. With those points though, Tsunoda will leapfrog up ahead of Hadjar overall. So he's going to be up to 13th in the World Championship. I reckon Tsunoda could sensibly get to best of the rest by the end of the season. He should be able to get ahead of Oscar come the end of the campaign as well. I've restarted my NASCAR career. That must be quite funny. But there we go then, chat. We'll jump back into the game quickly. We'll go through all of the last bits. I want to see, like I said, what happened with that incident early on. I think it was Ocon, wasn't it, that span? Was there any incidents? We got a penalty. Ollie Behrman got a penalty for a collision with Hadjar, and then we got another one. Obviously, only Gasly DNF'd. Who got fastest pit stop? No idea. 2.3 is pretty good going. I think 2.3 was tied. So, yeah, we were the only 2-stopper, I believe, in all of that. Most cars 3 stopped. See, Gasly only 1 stopped, but he didn't finish. Will this break the game? No, it didn't. Wonderful. So, like I said, I believe it was either Behrman or Ocon, wasn't it? Was it there? So, I believe it was the end of this lap. Was it the end of 9? Or was it the end of 8? Oh, it was the end of 8. End of 9, sorry. So, here we go. Oh, so it was Behrman spinning it then. So, following on in the pack. Just got a little bit loose and lively. The air, I do it quite commonly down there. And then just rejoins into the side of Ocon. Behrman has no patience, no chill whatsoever. He's just like, yep, no, I'm coming back onto the circuit right now and I don't care. That explains the 10-second penalty for Ollie Behrman, I think, to be completely honest. But there we go, yes, so we beat out Oscar in the end by 3 seconds, so we did manage that quite well. come the end of the race. Magic Dan, thank you for the follow as well, buddy. Right at the end of the stream. That was a huge amount of fun, though, chat, I must admit. I'm definitely going to have to do more of those. Like I said, I'm going to try out some more streams at, like, various times during the day. So maybe late afternoon streams are going to be the one now on a Friday afternoon. If you go full speed into the pit lane, you get a 10-second time penalty. So I would have been better off doing that when I sped. But yeah, so we won't obviously have Creator Series this weekend. I might have a stream Sunday night. Last 212 might be going out. So I might try and do a cheeky stream Sunday night. But I haven't decided what we'll do yet with that. Maybe we'll do something a bit fun as well with that one. But yeah, thank you everybody so much for stopping by. Like I said, if not, we'll go Monday co-op back obviously with Gary as well. That one should be good fun. Oh, we got to raid someone, haven't we? I can't forget to raid people. I assume Curbs isn't live at 4:30 on a Friday afternoon. I would assume he's got a bit of a life. Let's have a look. Who's live on F1 right now? Lol is live. Amos is live. We will go... we'll raid Concept 7. He's doing a Friday forfeit championship, so that'll hopefully be quite interesting for you all. Ugh! I've dropped my phone. That's not good. But yeah, thank you everybody so much for stopping by. I'm going to end the TikTok first before I forget. Make sure I don't accidentally just leave that one running for the rest of the day. I'm so scared I'm going to do that at some point. But yeah, we'll go raid Concept 7. He's a good guy. I think he does a couple of races in Creator Series. Where's my mouse gone? There it is. Always helpful when I completely seem to lose that. But yeah, send him some love. Drop him a follow. And yeah, say, if we're not back over the weekend, we'll be back Monday. Yeah, I'm never good at outroing these. I don't know why. I just suck at doing the outros. But yeah, lots of love. Thank you, everybody. Stay safe. Have a good weekend. And we shall return.